Hello everyone. Welcome in. How is everyone doing? I'm going to share this out. So give me one moment. How is everyone doing tonight? We're getting ready to have subscriber giveaways first, and then we're going to do Talk with Mike. Hi, April. Hi, Cece. Hello, everyone. Good to see you. Cece, I hope you do better. Hi, Tina. Hi, Megan. Just going to post this in Discord, and then we will get going with the giveaways. I hope everyone is doing better. Or hi, Jeff. Thank you. So this is a Christmas shirt from last year. When I was going to the cast member taping of the holiday special, I only had like long sleeve shirt stuff on that day. And I had to buy a short sleeve shirt because it was so hot and I wasn't prepared for it. So this is a shirt that I got, and I do get so many compliments. Same with my long sleeve one that I have from last year. Hi, Lance. Thank you for joining us. And I get compliments on it, and people always want to know where I got it from. Hi, Jules. Hi, Tasha. Hello, Darren. All right. So we're going to do regular giveaways, and then I'm going to do the long, Anna, thank you so much. And then we're going to do the long-term subscriber giveaway at the end, only because I didn't do that wheel and I have forgotten. So we're going to do everybody's name first, and then we're going to do long-term subscribers. So that's if you have been a subscriber for over 3 months, you get entered into, I have 2 gifts for that giveaway, and one of them is this Peter Pan pin. And so that's one of the long-term ones. And then Liz that was donated by Unicourse. And then Liz has donated a Bobble Bear keychain, and that one will be given away. We'll do it at the end of this live. But for right now, all regular subs, everybody is included. Okay, so here we go. First up, let me get to it. I feel like, let me see. We're going to get Mike in here. Just good luck for everybody, maybe. We'll see. Hi, John. I'm sorry I missed you at the parks, and I hope that you're going to be there. Hopefully tomorrow, John. Hi, Mike. Long time no see.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Probably not long enough for you.
I was going to say, do you miss me?
Oh, well, you don't even need to ask that question.
Hi, everybody. Okay, let me get my phone ready here.
So I propped my phone up differently this week, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
I'm just clearly blind as a bat. That's my problem.
So we have everybody. Let's see. Jules, you know what? Safe travels tomorrow, Jules. Thank you, everybody that's liking the live, that shared the live, and decided to follow us. This is Mike. He's here. We're going to do the giveaways real quick. And we're going to start off. We'll start off. So I have these were donated by Hey Allie. She made them. It's like a little park bag that you can attach to your Loungefly with a like carabiner or just a clip, and you can keep anything in there. It's so cute. And this is what the inside looks like, but it just keeps all your stuff in it. And I love that she made those for us.
Did that just zip open?
Yes, it's a zipper.
Okay, good. I was trying to share the live, and all I heard was the zipper sound, but I thought, oh my God, I hope she didn't just rip that.
No. It's a zipper.
Okay, good.
And then it zips back. Like I said, cute for your backpack or stroller or anything that you would need for. Like I said, hey, Allie made these for the giveaway. Okay. So, here we go. Excuse the ring light. Who does it say? April. Look at you, April. Congratulations. I should write this down. All right.
Gifts.
All right. Congratulations. Hi, Brooke. Hello, everybody. Okay. Next, I have these little McDonald's. These were the little...
Those are the leftover chicken nuggets she didn't eat last week.
I did. Yeah, I wasn't hungry. And so this one is in here, and I don't know. Is that Asha? I don't know who that is.
So, Janelle, a couple people have asked on my side how the trip was, and I don't know if you've seen those comments. So, just real quick, while Janelle's doing that stuff, we're going to recap a bunch of things from my time down there, Christmas party, Jollywood, Luminous. So, stick with us, and we'll go through our recaps.
Yep. All right, toys. So this one has Vader in it. All right, here we go.
The good news is Janelle was still willing to do this with me tonight, even after spending a few days with me. Katie, it's been renamed Epcot for Never.
See Floro won the Mickey head signature thing too. See Floro's on a roll.
I think somebody's stacking the deck. Some cheating going on.
Okay, I have another one too.
Janie,
just so y'all know, it took me 3 to get my Dumbo, so these are the extras. So look, but we have Joy and Tink in this one. Okay.
Janie, you're quickly becoming my favorite.
All right. Joy and Tink. Okay, here we go.
Yes.
Really? Can you imagine if your name popped up? Hillary, congratulations, Hillary.
Something tells me they think we had it rigged.
Okay. What do I go next? We'll go with the mints at Bex. We have the mints still. Bex did not claim. She said give them away. So the mints are next. 100th anniversary mints. Joe. Emram. All right, mints. And I think I got her stuff from last time. Okay.
Yes, you did.
Oh, I have another bag. This is the second bag. So it's a red Mickey bag. Okay. Amanda and Rosser. We have so many new people today.
Now it's time for some old people to win.
Okay. Not new ones. Okay. We'll go Haunted Mansion ears.
We all know that I look good with ears on now.
Yes, we do. I hope you win them because we would like pictures in the Discord.
I bet we would. We've been loving all those pictures.
Listen, I've said nice things too.
I'm not sure somebody knew that the happy birthday was being recorded.
I told you it was. Tasha? Is it Tasha? Tasha!
Well, Katie, maybe Tasha will share them with me.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. Okay, next. Pluto keychain.
For those that saw that picture of me wearing JJ's ears, that's the first time, I swear to God, the first time in my entire life I ever wore Mickey ears.
All right, here we go. Tanya's such a lucky duck too.
So Janelle, just out of curiosity, do you have it set up so that like Danny's name automatically gets removed from the wheel for the next one?
Yeah.
I'm seriously
from this, yeah, well, not from the next one, but from this live, yes.
Well, I mean, yeah, when I say the next one, the next spin. Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Yeah, she didn't. Why has her name come up?
No, I was just look. Every once in a while, I ask serious questions. I'm not always spoofing on you.
We have mystery box 50th anniversary vinylmation.
Yeah, Tina, you're the one that shared that picture with me wearing the ears. I think the ears are barely in my head, and you already had that posted.
You were wearing them for quite a while. Mike wants to win. I know. Can you tell, Megan?
Katie, I'm going to answer that question. And my gut tells me that they will keep it on the shelf as a filler for some day down the road when they need to change shows again.
Carmen.
But that's just my own gut feel, Katie.
Okay. Another keychain. This is the 50th anniversary keychain. I love this. I think it's so pretty. I know it's hard to see, but
I like that. Even if you thought I looked precious, you need your eyes checked. Robbie, I've got your questions written down. The ones from last weekend, the ones that you posted today.
Okay.
Yes, we have your name listed as Free Robbie.
Oh my gosh, I saw something. I know something free is in the park, Robbie. Robbie! Oh my goodness.
What timing.
Yes, what timing.
And now, Robbie, your name is no longer on the wheel 5 times. It's gone.
Yeah. And then the last one is the cup, the tumbler. So this will be the last one for this. And then we have 2 things to give away at the end for the long time subs.
For the old people.
For the old people.
You're going to do that at the very end?
I didn't put that wheel together.
Oh, I see. Because, us old people can't stay up late.
I know. Joe. All right, Joe.
Hey, TV girl. So what Janelle's saying, without saying it, is she's going to focus on building her wheel while I just yap for a while.
Okay.
That's what you're basically saying, right?
It's not going to take me long. It's not going to take me long. But yes, I'm going to build the wheel while Mike is talking. Okay, that is over. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you for tuning in for that. I did it exactly. I'm on time. 7:30. Hold on. Listen to the music. Cue. It is now time for Travel Talk with Mike. It's Disney Travel Talk with Mike. Hi, JJ.
Robbie wants to know what he won. He wasn't paying attention.
Oh, goodness, Robbie. You won this 50th anniversary keychain. I told the girls today, JJ and Brooke, I was like, I'm so glad I'm not in the park today because it's gonna be so lonely. It happens every time. Like you get used to being. First, I have to get used to being by myself, and then people come, and then I get used to being with you guys, and now have to acclimate to being back by myself. So glad I had a day off to.
And that's why I was there for 4 days, because it takes you at least 3 days to get used to being there with me.
Yeah, right, right. Uh, okay. Let's see. I think that's it. All right. So, do we want to? Hi, Halen. Do we want to start off with the questions and then go into everything, or do we want to go with us and then ask questions?
This was supposed to be the live where I took a nap like you did that one time.
Mike got very little sleep last night.
And the night before. I've got all my notes just like normal. I'm ready to roll.
Okay. Look, I did Chick-fil-A. No homemade meal tonight. We went to Costco.
I made spaghetti. And I think I did 5 loads of laundry.
I think I did 4 loads of laundry. And that reminds me I needed to have Tim switch it. So
then you didn't do them if he's switching it.
Well, I did all of it. I just need him to switch this last load. You did all the laundry? Because Lori told me she was in charge of the laundry. So now I'm wondering.
So she threw a load in the washing machine when she walked out the door this morning, and she's not been home yet. She asked me if I could move it over. That would be great. Well, she'll come home to 5 loads of laundry being done, all of it folded and sorted and everything.
So nice. Okay. We can explain early entry, Halen. Okay, so you want to answer the questions real quick?
I'm not. Where did that question come about early entry? I don't see that.
Halen, it's right above JJ there. Halen, so explain early entry. I'm pretty sure
I'm not seeing everybody's comments then.
Huh.
So are you seeing Robbie's comments? He just said, yes, Costco gingerbread muffins, yum.
Nope.
So, folks, this is what happens when Janelle and I take 2 weeks off. We forget how this doggone thing works.
So Brandon says we have different comment sections. I think that's how, isn't it? Mike can't see my chat. Yeah. So I think that's how it's always been. I think.
We had it solved once where we could both see the questions.
I'm co-hosting. He's not a guest. How do we make him a guest?
I think I have to drop out. You have to invite me because I was live right now.
You have to go. What do we have to do?
And you sent the invite. So I don't know if maybe I need to drop out completely, join your live, and then have you
okay
request, and then you hit a button so that we can be side by side. So I'm not this little miniature thing in your hand.
All right.
So I'll drop and then I'll join you live, which should give you 20 to 30 seconds to say whatever stuff you want to say about me before I can do it.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye. All right. He's gone. We had the best time, everybody. The best time. But when he comes back on, I'm going to say it was horrible. You can just type in there and say, oh, Janelle, we're so sorry. Oh, okay.
What timing?
Okay. What was the timing?
I join and I hear it was horrible.
Oh my gosh, now I have to figure out how to get you not in the palm of my hand.
There was some button you pushed.
Yeah.
I was teasing about you saying stuff about me.
Man. Oh, now I'm little. Can you see?
Yep. There you are. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Wait, what? How rude of him. What did I do that I was rude? Wandering fam, come on now.
I know. See, I told you guys.
They know the truth. They saw a picture of me wearing JJ's ear. They saw me a picture and toting around everybody's bags.
Yeah, see, Pam, right? I can't believe he did all that. I know. No, see. I can't. I know. Hi, Missy. I know, Pam, right? So
Thank you, JJ. I appreciate you. Mwah.
when you dropped out, I said it was the best time ever. I said, but to tease Mike, y'all can put like comments like, I'm sorry that happened to you, Janelle. Hold on. What did it just say?
Try remove grid or something,
The
Tasha.
layout couldn't be changed while you expand the grid.
Oh, Misty, that's awfully sweet of you. You're misguided, but that's awfully sweet of you.
I am shrinking. All right, hold on. Let me go back.
It was great to meet you and John. This at least feels more natural right here, if anything.
Oh, I turned you off. Hold on.
How did you turn my camera off?
I don't know. Oh no, it won't turn on for 56 seconds. Oh my gosh.
What won't turn? Do you see me? No, I'm
I
big.
see you.
So tonight's episode is being brought to you by Hollywood Squares.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. It will not like let me switch the layout.
But at least I can see the comments now.
Okay.
As brutal as they were when I rejoined.
All right. Well, let's just start talking and we'll get there.
So can we tell the story of surprise?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So I'll start at the beginning. In 1960. Oh wait, no, not that beginning. So I think some of you know, saw, heard, whatever, that Brooke and JJ went down last Thursday, a week ago tonight, and they surprised Janelle. Janelle and her husband were at dinner at Disney Springs, and Brooke and JJ showed up and surprised Janelle. Hey, there you got it. Okay, let's end the call now while we have it right. So they surprised Janelle being there, and I knew they were going to be there all along. I told Janelle and I told them that we were going to come down, but that we couldn't come down until Monday evening because we couldn't be gone on Sunday. So I had them all bought into that idea. I even took a screenshot of an American Airlines flight landing in Orlando Monday afternoon and sent it to Janelle so she knew our flight so she could come and pick us up at the airport. I had a partner in crime helping me out. I won't name the individual, but Janelle certainly can. And they helped me to know where Brooke, JJ, and Janelle were at on Sunday when we actually got there. Now, funny thing is, JJ and Brooke stayed at the same resort that we were at, and my source helping me let me know that, okay, they were about to get on the bus to go to the Magic Kingdom. I'm not kidding you. The resort, if you think of like this rectangle, if you laid it out, if this is the resort, where the main entrance is when you arrive at the resort, the buses that take you to the parks are over here. They were on the bus leaving the resort to Magic Kingdom as our car pulled up. It was like perfect timing. It was awesome. So we get checked in. We go to Magic Kingdom, and they are already in the park. We have been told where they're at, and so we walk over and we spot them. And so we start to walk towards them, and I see Janelle turning towards us. So we quickly turned around and, looked like we were looking at the castle or whatever the heck we were doing, and then turned back around. They weren't watching, so we started walking. And I was maybe, if I had to guess, maybe 10 feet away, and Brooke spun to where she was seeing me. And so as she started turning, I just took off in a dead sprint right at him and yelled surprise. Brooke may have had a miniature heart attack at that moment.
Well, because we were buying egg rolls. We were getting egg rolls, and so we were really into our egg rolls. Not
So yeah, Brooke had a look of panic on her face. J-Day spun around. She just said she squealed, and she says she picked up on me right away. Janelle, the best I can describe is Janelle was standing there like a deer in the headlights.
yeah, I
Like,
was
what
shocked.
on earth is happening? What is going on? It was awesome. It worked out perfectly. Yeah, that's because JJ, you've seen my face on America's Most Wanted. That's how you knew it so well. So it worked out perfectly. It was amazing. Couldn't have worked out any better. I had this vision in my head that I was going to find them and I was going to have like the map of the Magic Kingdom up in front of my face, and I'd get close enough to them and ask something stupid like, you know, hey, I wonder where the spring rolls are at when I'm standing right there at the spring roll stand. And of course, you know, one of them was certainly said, hey, dumbass, or dummy, the spring rolls are right in front of you. And I would have dropped the map and surprised them. But it worked out great. It was awesome. We had a wonderful time. Brooke was not expecting to see us at all because we weren't going to arrive till Monday afternoon and she had to leave. JJ was going to see us Tuesday morning, and Janelle expected to be picking us up at the airport Monday afternoon. So it was great.
Yeah. I mean, I was trying to convince Brooke to stay longer so that we could surprise Mike in the airport. You know?
Verbatim, she said, there is no way I want to stay any longer to see that goofball. Did I get that right, Brooke? Robbie, you're correct. There were a lot of people there, and some are still there. Missy from Wandering Fam, who's on the live right now, I think she's still here. We get to meet her and her husband, John. Couple of, Nick, one of Janelle's mods, is there still, I think, tonight.
Yeah.
And Fern, one of Jen and Dom's DVC's mods, is there. I know there were other people we met and saw and got to say hi to.
Oh yeah, JJ was. She was so upset because she wanted to go to the airport. I mean, yes, Nick and Fern are there. I got to have breakfast with them, and then we saw them several times in the park. It's amazing. Like, I don't know, sometimes you don't see somebody even one time, you know, and we just kept running into them, and it was awesome to be able to say hi to them, catch up on our day, see what everyone was doing, and then go on.
That's right.
They're at the party, right? That's right. Tonight's Thursday.
Yep. So just a quick recap of the trip, because we have a lot of other stuff to cover. So we got to spend Sunday evening with JJ and Brooke and Janelle at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, and we'll do a recap of the party itself here a little bit. Monday, we got to spend Magic Kingdom Day with them. We got to see Neil play. Janelle and I and Lori, my wife, and JJ spent most of the day. Brooke had to leave us early afternoon to get back home. And then JJ had to leave a little bit later in the afternoon to get ready for Jollywood that night. And then we got set up to watch the fireworks. And that's when Missy and John from Wandering Fam, we ran into them. And so after the fireworks, Janelle took off for the evening. We stayed with John and Missy until park closed at 11. Tuesday was our Epcot day, and we'll recap the things that were revealed at Epcot here in a little bit. Had a great time. Got to have a marvelous dinner with Janelle and her husband at Tepanito, which is the hibachi style restaurant in the Japan Pavilion. And then Wednesday we got to spend a little over half the day at Animal Kingdom before we had to depart for the airport. So it was a shorter trip, but it was fun. There's nothing better than the Christmas decorations at Disney. If you get the chance to ever go down there and see that sort of thing. Yes, things can be perfect without plans, even though somebody amongst us had all this planned out, JJ. It's interesting how that worked. So it was amazing. It worked out perfectly. The surprise was great. But I do walk away from the trip knowing that Brooke, JJ, and Janelle will never trust me again.
Absolutely.
Yes, JJ did not throw up on me on Tron. Well, she didn't the first time, and she made sure there was not going to be a second time because she said that was a one and done for her. Okay, so are you working on your wheel still?
Yep, I'm good. Yep.
All right. So let's do the questions real quick. Robbie, I think you're still on. We're going to do a Robbie check instead of a Mike check. Robbie, are you there? Or
I mean, we can, if Halen is still here, I mean, we can quickly, early entry is very easy.
Yes. Okay, we can do that first then.
Uh,
Ready, go.
if you are staying at any Disney resort, right? Any resort on property, you get in 30 minutes before everyone else. That's it. Whatever time, if the park opens at 9, then you will get in at 8:30. You should not plan to be at the turnstile tapping in at 8:30. You should plan on being there early so that you can make it to the point of entry for the early entry.
So that's the super simple answer, right? But it is a little more complicated than that. Magic Kingdom, let's use 9 a.m. as park open. So the published park opening time is 9 a.m. So if you're a resort guest, then obviously 30-minute entry is 8:30. Magic Kingdom is unique because they will open the turnstiles for anybody at least 1 hour before that published park opening. And sometimes it's, an hour and 15 minutes or so?
Sometimes.
So everybody, whether you're a resort guest or a non-resort guest, you can get into the Magic Kingdom, call it 1 hour early, up and down Main Street from the castle back to the train station, and then typically within the shops. And if you're like some friends that might be on here, you might hang out at Starbucks for an hour waiting for coffee. As a resort guest at the Magic Kingdom, you will be directed to, as you're walking down Main Street towards the castle, over to the right, either in the pathway that takes you straight to Tomorrowland or the pathway that essentially runs you right into the teacups, and then Seven Dwarfs Mine Train back around to the left there. They're cast members with their iPads. They will scan your Magic Band or your Apple Watch or your entry card, whatever you have that got you into the park, to ensure that you're a resort guest. You will then be allowed to walk that pathway. If it's still before 8:30 a.m. in our example, there are cast members at the front of that entry with rope holding you there. At 8:30, the ropes drop. Tomorrowland and Fantasyland opens for that 30-minute early entry for resort guests. So you can ride the rides in those two areas. Adventureland, Frontierland, where from Haunted Mansion all the way around to Jungle Cruise, that's closed off until 9 a.m. for everybody. So it's not as simple as just 30 minutes on the Magic Kingdom because everybody can walk in there at least an hour early. Similarly at Epcot, especially if you're coming in from the back of the park where the Skyliner drops you off, again, 9 a.m. park opening, 8:30 park entry, early entry, they're letting guests in there before 8:30, and there are cast members up towards the bridge that are scanning your badge that will then allow you in. I know in May when we were there, let's say it was a 9 a.m. entry for Epcot, 8:30 early entry for resort guests. We were there at 8 a.m. in, badges scanned. We were done riding Remy, and it wasn't 8:30 yet. So that's why Janelle said, don't show up at the turnstile 30 minutes early. You'll miss out. You really will. And here's a prime example. So I just said in May, we were there before 8:30. We were done riding Remy, and it wasn't even 8:30 yet. This last week on Tuesday morning, we met JJ and Janelle for breakfast real quick. We did not get to Epcot until closer to 8:45. By the time we badged in, we waited 45 minutes for Remy. So it's a huge difference. So get there early for the rope drop if you want to take advantage of that.
Okay. So now Robbie.
JJ, we'll talk about that. I'll write that down. I kind of forgot about that. Okay. Now Robbie's questions. Robbie asked about miniature golf. If they have miniature golf at Disney for you and or your family, there are 2 different miniature golf venues. One is called Fantasia Gardens and Fairways. That is a walk from the boardwalk or from Swan and Dolphin. So you'd want to get yourself to one of those resorts, and then you could walk over for miniature golf at Fantasia Gardens. The other one is located at Blizzard Beach, out in the parking lot area at Blizzard Beach. It's called Winter Summerland Mini Golf. So yes, those are 2 miniature golf options. I'll tell you, my family, we've done Fantasia Gardens a few times. It's beautiful, really nice, well-kept area. It's not your run-of-the-mill putt-putt. You're not going to pay $5 or $6 a person like you might do in your hometown. I think it's $15, something like that, but it's beautiful. It's well-themed. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. They have 2 different styles of golf, playing courses there. They do have a putt-putt. And then they have the more challenging, I don't even know what you call that, like real golf, but with a putter. More challenging. How about, there's a challenging side and a non-challenging side. And one is like, do they have a 19th hole there? No. I have a video that I just need to finish doing voiceover for that I'm going to put on YouTube on our experience of doing the more challenging side. And it is beautiful there. We love going there. They do take annual pass as I think it's a 10% discount. Quick story about the last time we were there too. And this, I will start this off by saying this was pixie dust. It doesn't happen all of the time. And maybe it does, and I'm not sure. So there's no guarantee to what I'm about to tell you. But it was raining when we went. It had been raining, and do I think a 10-year-old would like to enjoy the non-challenging side? Yeah. And the challenging side too. It's fun all the way around. But it had been raining, and the courses had, I wouldn't say puddles, but it was very, very wet, and they did not charge us. And it was because, like, it was just too, you know what I mean? It was just too wet. And so we went up, got everything, and they said, this is on the house, is what they told us. You know, but they told everybody that. So again, it's not a guarantee, none of it, you know, it just happened. That's what they were doing on that night. Again, I could see somebody getting 2 or 3 holes in and saying, this is wet. This is no fun. And it, you know, we had done it several times, so it was no big deal to us. Like, we just wanted to be there. But yeah, that happened. So, I have been to the Winter Summerland too, and that's a lot of fun too. A lot of fun. I love that. I don't know which one I like better, but the Winter Summerland it's really cool. There is free parking at both as well. So you don't have, if you are driving for some reason or staying off property, parking is free.
That you actually bring up a thought though. If you don't have a car, you're staying on the resort. It to me would be logical that you can't really go play Winter Summerland when Blizzard Beach is closed.
Correct.
There are no buses from your resort running there. So keep that in mind.
Yeah. Free parking. Yep, Robbie, free parking.
All right, Robbie's next question was about maid services.
Okay.
In cleaning your room. No, they're not free, Robbie. So here is how, this is post-COVID. So if you have not been to Disney since COVID in 2020 with the park closure, this will be different for you. Currently today, if you're staying in a value resort or in a moderate resort, they will do your room cleaning every other day. If you're in a deluxe resort, they will do it daily. That is their schedule. Now, if you prefer that they not do it daily, prefer that they not do it every other day, you can make those arrangements. If you were looking for them to do it daily, if you're in a value or moderate resort, you can call mousekeeping and make the request. You can go down to the front desk and make the request. But like a lot of things that we tend to talk about, if it's outside of the norm, they do their best to accommodate you, but they may not be able to do that. If you could imagine, let's, for argument's sake, say there's 500 rooms at a resort. If they've staffed their mousekeeping to do 250 rooms today and 250 rooms tomorrow, and all of a sudden 400 rooms want their rooms cleaned every day, they aren't going to have the staff for it. So they may not be able to accommodate, but they will do their best. So that was maid services. The next thing on Robbie's list, Janelle, is all you.
Ooh, that must be the lounges.
Bingo.
And what's his question about the lounges?
He asked about the lounges and then asked about alcohol.
Oh, it was what is our favorite lounge, right? I think it was what's the
Brittany, no, they don't. So that's a good question. I should have mentioned that. Yeah. Disney used to do a thing where if you said, I don't want mousekeeping services, I think they gave you like a $10 gift card or something like that. Don't quote me on the amount, but it was something along those lines. They kind of gave you credit or something. They don't do that any longer.
Okay. My favorite lounge is all of them. No.
No, what's the right answer?
Steakhouse 71 is my favorite. What's the right one?
Your favorite lounge is the one that you're in at that time.
The one, yes, it is. That is it. But in all honesty, my favorite is Steakhouse 71. We've gotten to know the bartenders, and ever since it became Steakhouse 71, you thought I'd say Space 220, Robbie. I would say my top three would be Steakhouse 71, Space 220, and Yak and Yeti are my top three. I'd like to give one not in a park, but we've not really ever had a bad experience. And just not even drinking. You don't have to drink. I don't think that anybody should feel obligated to drink or anything like that. We've had drinks, we've not had drinks, and we are treated the same every single time. So I feel like if somebody doesn't want to sit up at a bar or sit in the lounge, Brittany, that's another great one. That would just be my recommendation. They're all great. They all have great cast members there, and I mean they make the majority of their money on tips, and they're great. They work really hard for them. And Robbie, you said favorite drink. I don't know that I have a favorite drink from Disney property. I mean, honestly, the last great drink that I can remember would be with you, which would be the violet sake in Japan, and that's not a bar. If I'm going, I have like a standard drink that's not a specialty drink or anything, and so I don't really have a favorite drink. And no snacks are awesome. What does that mean, Robbie? Yes, standard. So you want to know my favorite standard drink? So is that what you're asking? So I don't know what you're asking. And oh yeah, you don't, just for snacks and appetizers, yes. The lounge out, the Geyser Point, another great place. I was telling Mike, anything that's on the water, like we'll go to. We love Boathouse just because we like going outside, sitting on the water, right at, in the evening. And so it's so hard. They have great spots, great places, and all of it has great food. So
Janelle is forever telling me about these great places, yet she never takes me to any of them.
No, because you have us in the park. Oh, we got to be in the park. We don't have time for fun.
Well, this was a short trip. Next trip's going to be longer.
Okay, hi.
Uh,
Tapanito, Robbie, I'm in. I'm ready. I got you. It was so much fun. We had a great, I don't know, chef, cook.
yeah.
We had a great chef. She was amazing. I don't even think I've ever been to a hibachi place where it was a female chef, and she was so good.
Yes, absolutely. She was the absolute best we've ever had. It was awesome. Food was
Cheryl,
good.
Cheryl, we love Boathouse in the Springs. Chef Arts and Boathouse are our favorite. I think it's worth it, especially if you have the meal plan. Go get lobster. Have at it. They have great steaks and burgers too.
So I want to tell Tepanito's story
Okay,
since you mentioned it.
go.
So um, if you've ever been to hibachi style restaurants, Kobe Steakhouse, I can't think of the other one I've been to. But anyway, typically it's a U-shaped seating, and the chef's on the one side, and then all the people are sitting in the U-shape, and that's how we were set up. There were two people on this end, the four of us, and then two people on this end. Benny,
Benny.
thank you. That's it, Robbie. And so it was two folks here, me, Janelle's husband. Can I say his name?
Yeah.
Okay, Tim, then Lori and Janelle, and then two people over here. And I'm sure you can imagine that I'm not a very social person, but these folks next to me started talking to me. And so I had to just break that shell and start talking with them. And it was a struggle. I had to really hold Tim back. But so they asked where we were from. And I said, well, these two are locals, but the two of us are from Nebraska. Thanks, Shane. I appreciate that. And so they were asking, well, did you just meet? Are you friends? And so that opened the door. I'm like, well, honestly, we met through TikTok, and it was a little bit older couple. They were probably mid 60s ish, somewhere in that neighborhood,
Sure.
if I had to guess. And so they were like, oh my gosh. And we talked through all of that and how that worked. And they don't use TikTok, but they were asking about what Janelle's name was in TikTok, and they put it into their phone because they were going to go back home and look it up. And so Tim and I had this really cool conversation with them about all of that sort of stuff. Well, then at some point in time, I don't know exactly how it went down on your side, but one of the two girls sitting over there figured out who you were, and she was like, oh my gosh, I follow you. And it was such a cool evening. It was really neat.
It was.
Still, that's awesome. I love it. Your husband's got to be happy the volleyball team won today. Sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. Lauren was her name, and she was with her mom, and her mom was celebrating her 60th anniversary. So, I was quietly not talking down on my end, and I don't know.
Well, actually, I might buy that because you were sitting with my wife, and maybe you had to be quiet.
No. And so I was minding my own business, eating my noodles, and Lauren, they happened to ask, where do we live? And Lori was doing the talking, and she was like, well, we're from Nebraska, but she lives here. And they were like, you do? Oh, do you get to come to the parks all the time? And Lori's like, tell them what you do. And then she was like, and Lori was like, and as Lori being my manager out there, like, just is like, this is Janelle, like, and then that's when Lauren was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that we're sitting here, with you. And it was an amazing experience, and just getting to spend time with them. And, usually if somebody comes up to say hi or whatever, you only get like a couple minutes to say hi and everybody goes on with their way. But we got to talk and just talk about our days in the park and everything. And it was a lot of fun down on our end.
Yeah, we had a couple of realizations that evening. One was that Lori is apparently going to become your manager. And then later on in the evening, Lori and Tim decided they're going to form their own little group, and they're going to call themselves the Accessories.
Yeah, it's a spousal support for... I think it's basically for Tim. I think Lori just feels bad for Tim.
So hopefully I can say this, and you can cut me off.
You can say whatever.
So we get back to our resort after our Epcot night, and Lori says to me, wow, that was so much fun. Tim really talked quite a bit, opened up. It was so amazing. I really enjoyed it. And then what does Tim say to you when you guys get home?
Oh, we were in the car and he was like, I didn't expect to talk so much. Like, uh, he was like, you owe me. I had to talk so much. And I told him that I told you guys, and he's like, why did you do that? And I was like, we were all cracking up. And then he got mad at me for telling you. And I was like, it's okay. They laughed. We all laughed about it. It's funny.
So, it was cold down there on Tuesday on our Epcot day. I had a pair of shorts on, a t-shirt. Lori had the same. Janelle was in, I believe you had pants on, and I can't remember now, and long sleeves.
I had like leggings and sweatshirt and stuff.
And we had long sleeves in our bag to put on when it cooled off. But Tim walks in, he's got pants on, he's got a shirt on, he's got a jacket on, he's got the hood pulled up.
Yeah, he was wearing like 3 layers under his little windbreaker jacket.
And Janelle had told us before, anything below 75 and Tim is out.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you it was below 75 at that point.
It was. So,
Yep. Okay. So, all right. So we're getting sideways here. Let's finish the questions. Robbie, are you still there? Let's start with Robbie. We'll finish him up.
he's got to be still here. What else does he have going on? It's Thursday night.
Robbie asked about virtual queue, and do you really have to get up at 7 a.m. To get virtual queue?
No, you don't. Technically, you don't.
You're right. You don't. Now, Janelle likes to give answers this week that's it's just simple, like rope drop. It's just simple. 30 minutes early. Have a nice day. See ya. She's like, nope, you don't have to. Sleep in, Robbie. You're golden.
I did do it for you, Robbie. I know.
Virtual queue opens at 7 a.m. for everybody. And obviously at 7 a.m. you do not have to be in the park because the parks are not open. So at 7 a.m. on the dot, you can possibly get a Tron virtual queue spot. If Magic Kingdom is your day, you could get a Guardians of the Galaxy at Epcot if that's your park for the day. There is a 1 p.m. virtual queue window that opens up. The difference there is you have to be inside that park. So you can't be checking out the Safari at Animal Kingdom at 1 p.m. trying to get Tron or Guardians. It won't work. So it's a little bit more complicated at 1 p.m. You have to be inside the park. And keep in mind, what that means is, I'll use my Animal Kingdom example. If I have Park Hopper, as of today, I can't Park Hop until 2 p.m. So I'm going to be 1 hour behind the 1 p.m. virtual queue opening up to possibly get a spot. As of today, and Janelle can tell me better than I'm going to say this probably, but Tron at 7 a.m., Tron at 1 p.m. typically sells out pretty quick.
Yep.
Guardians, I think, sells out at 7 pretty quick. At 1 p.m., it doesn't always sell out. Sometimes it's still available after 2 p.m.
Correct. That is correct.
Okay, so Robbie, the simple answer is no, you do not at 7 a.m. It just enhances your odds, right? If you get a spot at 7 a.m., you are not allowed to get one at 1 p.m. So for however many they open at 7 a.m., that's that few of people that have a shot at 1 p.m. So I keep that in mind.
And Robbie says, yes, you can get your beauty sleep, Robbie. But this, again, there's a warning with everything, right?
That's right.
We'll talk about party night in a second, Jules. Yeah. If you get it at the 1 o'clock, you risk the ride going down, the line being too long, something happening where your group doesn't get called and the park closes, and you might not get a chance to ride the ride. Right. Obviously, that's a chance you take at 7 a.m. too, but it's more likely to happen at the 1 p.m. that, again, something goes wrong and the groups start getting backed up and they don't call your group. Or you get to 8 o'clock and you're like, oh, I still haven't called my group yet. I'm tired. I just want to go home, get in bed. Any of those things can happen. So Thank you, Bex. Thanks. And then party nights. So at the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party at 6 p.m. 6, yeah. Was it? Yeah, 6 p.m. You can log on to your My Disney Experience app and you can put your party together and join the virtual queue for the party.
Yeah. And we did that Sunday.
Yep. We did it. We got one of the first groups, and we were able to fit it in. And it was, Tron was one of our rides that we rode during the party. Yep. And we did it then thinking it was easier to do during the party than the next day in the park. So.
Sort of. By the next day in the park, Brooke was leaving and JJ made it clear she wasn't riding it again.
Yeah, but if we had waited and not had done it in the at the party, we would have done it the next day. It was easier for us to do it and easier for us to get that boarding group during the party than it would have been on a regular day.
So, Jules, your comment about different than a regular park day. Now, let's play pretend here. Tonight's party night at Magic Kingdom, and it is. Let's say you were going to go into the park during the day. And Janelle, you'll have to correct me if you think I'm wrong here, but I could try to get Tron at 7 a.m. If I missed, I could try to get it at 1 p.m. And I get it. I believe I can still try and get it at 6 p.m. as part of the party ticket pass. Yeah. So I think that is your one chance and only chance to get 2 virtual queue spots for Tron.
Absolutely.
Because you're technically getting it once on one ticket and once on a separate ticket.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Now that we're all home, JJ's happy to hold the bags and the drinks. I see how it goes.
Mr. Saber, I'll just say real quick, it's amazing with the walls down. That's it. We'll touch on it a little bit later, but when we talk about Luminous, but it's amazing.
Yes. As JJ found out, you are allowed to put drinks in the lockers at Tron.
Yep. Just be careful when you take it out on the other side.
Right. That's right. Is Chris on CW?
I don't know, Chris. Bex, I'm doing fantastic. I don't know how Mike is. Mike might be sleep deprived, but I'm doing great. I don't know how much you slept last night.
Anytime I'm hanging out with this group, I am fantastic.
Okay. JJ. I think Lori thought something happened to her bag too. Like, because when you open the locker on the other side, it's backwards from how you put it in. So, yeah.
You insert stuff into the locker like this. So the black bag went in first, the tube is last. But when you come out of the ride, instead of going in this way into the locker, you're coming this way. So what you saw last when you put it in is not what you see first when you take it out.
Mr. Saber, we're going to talk about Jollywood.
We're going to talk about Jollywood. So I don't know if Chris is on or not, but we're going to go and answer his question.
Okay.
If not, yep, double-sided lockers.
Yep.
He asked about annual pass holders and park reservations and whether they still need to make park reservations as an annual pass holder. And I'm presuming he's asking that question based on January 9th. Park reservations go away for date stamp tickets. And I can explain what that means here in a second. Do you want to answer that question, or would you like me to answer?
Go ahead. I mean, because then you can just swoop on into the, January or whatever, what happens January 9th.
Swooper man.
Hi, Shane. See you later.
See you, Shane. He'll be back later. He obviously knows we're going to talk for quite a while. He's doing hot boxing style restaurant.
They're only on their second set of questions.
That's right. Okay. So for annual pass holders come January 9th, there will be some what's called good to go dates where you will not need a park reservation. There will be other dates where you will be required to make a park reservation as an annual pass holder. It'll be incumbent upon you to look at the schedule within your My Disney Experience app, and it will indicate to you which dates are good to go dates and which are not. So that's one comment. The other is after 2 p.m., currently you can park hop to other parks. Come January 9th, park hopping opens up throughout the entire day. So as an annual pass holder, if it's not a good to go date, you'll have to make a park reservation. You'll have to scan into that park, but then you can park hop to wherever you want it to be immediately after. With one exception, Saturdays and Sundays at Magic Kingdom, even if you want to show up there after 2 p.m., you have to have a park reservation. That's the one park because it gets crowded faster. So no, Bex, so now I'm swooping. I'm very graceful. You should see me swoop. It's pretty cool. On January 9th, so about 30 days from now, roughly, give or take, Disney is eliminating park reservations for guests with date stamped park tickets. What is a date stamped park ticket? It's one of two things. If you're there, say we'll look at our trip. We were there Sunday through Wednesday. I bought 3-day park tickets. Those are date stamped because I could use those 3 within a block of time of about 7 or 8 days, knowing when I was checking in. That's a date stamped ticket. If you were to be going down there and you're only going for 1 day and you select a 1-day park ticket, in the reservation system, it has you tell them which park you're going to that day. And that ticket becomes a date stamp ticket for that particular park. So your park reservations will no longer be needed when you come down. So you'll be good to go. And then if you're buying park hopper tickets along with that, also starting January 9th, the 2 p.m. current starting point for park hopping goes away, and you can park hop at any point in time during the day.
I think I'm just going to go to each park and go in and come out and go in and come out.
Well, I mean, there have been times on your lives where, you kind of had to, I'll say, dawdle around because you were going to park up to the next park and it did no good for you to get there at 1 o'clock and sit around.
Right.
So that's absolutely a benefit. For me personally, as long as it was at 2 p.m., I was not a fan of park hopping.
Yeah.
So I was not a fan of spending the money to have the park hopper ticket. Obviously, as an annual pass holder, that changes things a little bit. But for me, it was just didn't make a lot of sense. 14 days in Disney, 14 in Universal are going to be busy. Wow, Bex. I mean, I was there for 3.5 days, and I thought I was going to have to have leg transplants. So they're about to fall off.
Leg transplants. That's how serious it was.
Yep, JJ did. Okay, so early on, if you were reading comments, paying attention to comments, JJ mentioned that we could talk about what happens if you lose your magic band. And let's do that, especially since the person I'm going to talk about isn't here right now to defend themselves.
I'll stick up for her.
So, does this look familiar? So this is a regular magic band. It allows you to get into your resort rooms. It's your park ticket to get you into the park. You badge in. If you have charging privileges, it allows you to make purchases with your band instead of having to get your credit card out. And if you happen to have Genie Plus, this allows you to badge into the rides when you make your Genie Plus selections. If you have a DAS pass, this is beneficial as well, badging into the rides for that purpose. So it was Monday, day 2. So Bex lost the charger for yours. So Bex is talking about the Magic Band Plus. These regular Magic Bands don't charge. Magic Band Plus has the fancy stuff that'll light up and vibrate and so forth, and those are the things that you charge. Now, and keep me honest here, Janelle, but a Magic Band Plus, if you don't have the charger and you don't charge it, it essentially then becomes a Magic Band.
Yep.
It won't do the flashing light up. It doesn't do the vibrations, but you'll be able to badge in and out of your room, into the park, that sort of stuff. It'll act like a regular old Magic Band.
Yep.
Anyway, so Monday we get off the People Mover mid-afternoon. I think it was mid-afternoon. And we're walking along to wherever we're going to go next. And somebody in our party says, I can't find my magic band. I lost it. It's gone. Yeah, don't panic just because you lost your charger. It's all good. So we went to one of the blue umbrella guest relations tents, if you, I guess it's not a tent, but umbrella, to let them know that a member of our party had lost their magic band. They got the member of our party's name. See, I'm not even calling my wife out for losing her magic band. A member of our party lost their band. They took the person's name. They even pulled up the magic bands associated with that person to confirm which one it was. They gave her a slip for lost and found to go check with lost and found later in the day. Yes, they deactivated the magic band for her, and then they gave her I'm going to cheat, it's not even this, but they essentially gave her a plastic membership card that would be allowed to badge in for Genie Plus or that sort of stuff. So we went about the rest of our park day for the afternoon. It was a little bit later in the afternoon. Janelle and JJ went into a shop to look for something. This individual who lost her magic band and myself headed up towards the front of the park, and we went into the customer service lost and found to just let them know, hey, one of us lost their magic band because, the really cool orange one was never lost, and wanted to let them know, provided the tag. And Janelle, what would you say? It was probably maybe 2 hours, 3 hours?
Maybe.
Somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
And so gentleman said, what's your name? And she said, Lori. And he says, was it purple? Of course, I wanted to say, well, it was at the time we lost it. I'm not sure what color it is right now, but I refrained. She said yes. He said, oh my God. He ran to the back. I thought maybe his hair was on fire. He came back. It had just been logged in, just been checked in. So somebody was kind enough to find her band on the ground and turn it into a cast member. It made its way back up to the lost and found, and lo and behold, it was returned to the rightful owner. So pretty cool. She got Tinkerbell. Was that the card, JJ, that she got?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it was awesome, April. It really was. It was very nice. It was, again, nice of some probably general park going guests that saw it, picked it up and turned it in. Customer service, the cast members did a great job of getting it back up to the front, all within a couple of hours. So
yeah, because by the time she remembered it, we don't know how much time elapsed from when we went to guest services, but we went to the blue umbrella back by Ariel. We went to Haunted Mansion. We went to Pirates of the Caribbean, and then we went up front. So yeah, 2 hours maybe from when we reported it to going up front, and it was there. So yeah.
Yep. So
And
if you want to have fun with a member who loses something like that, you can certainly just let them up front know, I don't think we let you back in the park. I don't think you can use Genie Plus.
okay. So
Probably should.
all seriousness, this is a good lesson, because our member at the party, she started to panic. She's like, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna do anything? And we said, it's okay. We'll get you the card. We'll get you the card. So all you have to do, and you don't need a magic band, and I know we say this time and time again, you do not need a magic band. All you need is a card. And the card will do everything that the magic band can do. Guest services, anybody up front or at the blue guest service umbrella can give you that card. So no panicking needs to happen. Nothing serious. You don't have to leave the park. You can leave the park and come back in. Or you can use your iPhone. Yes. Anywhere, if you have connected it, Robbie, that's the only thing is you would have had to have connected your park ticket onto your phone. But if you haven't done any of that, no panicking. Just let somebody know and they will help you and get it all worked out for you.
That's right. I think um, the point of that is there's a high likelihood of whatever could happen to you, Disney's already experienced it
Yep.
and has a solution for it. Almost, I would say almost exclusively. Yes, there's going to be something that could possibly happen that they haven't, but we were at breakfast on Wednesday morning and I had a Disney gift card that hadn't been popped out of the cardboard container. I pulled that open. I went to pull the card off and the back of the card ripped. The little mag stripe piece of it just completely tore. Yeah. And I'm like, well, hopefully I'm not, out of luck. And told the cast member, hey, I'm going to need your help. And this is what happened. He's like, don't worry about it. We got you taken care of. So they do a wonderful job. Yeah. Like Janelle said, don't panic. Yeah. It's not horrible.
Yeah. Bex, real quick.
Absolutely, JJ. Make sure you get the cast member's name, where they're from, and provide cast compliments. That means a lot to them.
It does. It helps them with promotions or raises and just all around. I know Neil says because whenever we do a live and we always say give a cast compliment, he'll say, what did you do that day? Because he can see and he'll know in this certain amount of time period, time, he got so many of them. And he knows not everybody's asking for his name and stuff. So there is a system where they can go on and log in and see how many they have. They can keep track of them themselves. It's not something that they have to wait to see. They can see it almost immediately.
You want to go back to Bex?
Yeah. Cinderella's Table or beer guess. I guess my face just gave it away.
Janelle and her poker face.
I think that there's better places for you to spend your money. And unless you are just some huge princess fan, I would say I would pick Cinderella's Royal Table over Be Our Guest. Be Our Guest, you're only going to see Beast. And I don't think that the food is worth it.
You will only see Beast. He does not go table to table. It's not a character experience interactive thing like other restaurants. And I've even talked to people who said, we didn't even see him. He might have breezed through, but we didn't even see him. So keep that in mind. Those two are not comparable restaurants to say I would pick this one over that one because the experiences are completely different. If your intent is to have a meal with princesses and you have the flexibility, I would recommend Akershus at Epcot. In Norway, you'll see 4 or 5 princesses like you do in Cinderella's castle. I believe the food is better. Now, if you want to be able to walk away and say, I had a meal in Cinderella's castle,
right?
Well, then yes, Royal Table is the way to go.
I didn't think the food was all that. I didn't think it was horrible. I think that the food was better at Cinderella's Royal Table than at Be Our Guest. I mean, Be Our Guest just wasn't an all-around great experience. And when I had to pay the bill, I was like, I can't believe I just did this. And that's how I felt about that.
Robbie, are you asking if Tusker House is worth it?
Yeah, he is. We'll get to it in a second. But Cinderella's Royal Table was just a better experience. And we got to get pictures with Cinderella. We went before all the princesses were there, and it was still a better experience. So, Lori's on her way home. Yay! I just say there's better places, Bex, in my opinion, especially if you don't have kids. And like I said, they're definitely one and dones for me. Like, you do it, there's no need to go back. Yeah, that's my opinion.
I completely agree, wholeheartedly agree.
So, and I would say, Bex, that if you were going to go to Cinderella's Royal Table, I would definitely do breakfast over the lunch and dinner. So, um, I'm sure you can get a list before we travel out there. Yeah. Um, we can go back to Tusker House. I mean, I've eaten there twice in 1 week. Like within 4 days, I guess I ate at Tusker House. And I thought it was amazing both times. It was really good. The characters, um, they were so great. They were. I mean, they were just amazing. So for the character experience itself, it was well worth it. Well worth it.
Real quick, Bex, if you have additional questions, in Janelle's link tree, you can get to me through my bio. You can get to me. I'd be happy to help answer questions. I mean, if you have more outside of the conversations here. The revolving restaurant.
It was Garden Grill, and I wouldn't go there for lunch or dinner. I would go there for breakfast.
Janelle is not a marketer for some of the restaurants at Disney. Robbie, Tusker House, love it. We did talk about this a little bit though at breakfast the other day. If you're comparing Tusker House to Ohana, I think the food is almost identical.
Yeah.
The delivery of the food is different though.
Yeah.
Tusker House is a true buffet. You're going to get up and go and select the food you want, put it on your plate, bring it back to your table and eat. Ohana at Polynesian is family style. So they bring out the big platter full of food, eat it up, ask for more, they'll bring it out. I only bring that up because at Tusker House the other morning, there was a fine gentleman at our table who stayed back while the ladies went and got their food. And when that fine gentleman then went to get his plate of food, there was a many long line of fine people ahead of that gentleman, and they recommended that we go in this certain order. And it just struck me that I'd be on plate 3 if I was at Ohana by the time I sat down with my first plate at Tusker House. However, I huge fan of Tusker House. When we go to Animal Kingdom, that is a must-do for us. We love it. We try to get the earliest reservation we can at Tusker House so we can eat, roll right out, and go into the safari.
And he means roll because you're so full, you're rolling out.
Especially if you've had 1.5 gallons of Pog Juice.
Robbie, so it's just like Crystal Palace, Robbie. I mean, with the Mickey waffles and the fruit and the yogurts and then they have the difference is Tusker House has more of the curry and their specialty items, whereas like Crystal Palace had sausage and biscuits or gravy and all of that. So they have the staples of scrambled eggs and Mickey waffles and all of that. And then they have their specialty items that separates or differentiates the restaurants with their own specialty items. And so both were so good. And I was telling Mike about our experience at Crystal Palace, hey Joe, how our waiter came over and got us out of the line when a character was coming around, and he came and found us and said, hey, you need to come back. And that was exceptional to me, and his service. Whereas like with Mike, I mean, we got to see the characters a couple of times, but he missed the first round because he let Lori and I go ahead. And when he was getting his stuff, a couple of characters came out and he then had to wait again. But he did wait and they came back around, and it was absolutely fine.
So I wanted to answer Tina's question. Is there a way you talk to someone about specific allergies at a buffet? So at Tusker House, and I'm going to just pop this up real quick because I don't want to advertise for the company that this thing is for, but this card that I just held up is probably, 4 inches by about 6 inches. So imagine something about that size. When I got up in line to get food, there was a lady standing right in front of me holding a cart about that same size, Tina, that had all of the food that they offered, and across the top, I think had the allergen information and check marks and what have you. I didn't study the card because I didn't want her to think I was, spying on her, but it caught my attention. I looked at it for a little bit. So, yes, at the buffets, they do a great job of giving you that information so that you know what's in some of the food that they prepare or how they prepare it. Disney is always really, really good about allergies. Absolutely. When we ate at Tepanito, I can promise you that they asked me no less than 4 or 5 times that evening about allergies. And I say me because I checked in to let them know we were there. I went up and let them know when they texted. And then at the table, they asked us, I think, a couple different times. So Disney is great about that. Absolutely great about it.
So I'll give, if I know people ask all the time, and if I had an allergy, I would be worried as well. And, like, as you should be, right? We had a group of 7 people the very first time I went. I didn't know, I had only met a couple of the people, or a few people in the group. I hadn't met Nick and Fern at the time, and we got there before they did, and we checked in. I was the one that went back, and shocking shame, we're still talking.
And we're still on the same topic when you left.
I checked everybody in, and they said at the hostess stand, anybody have any allergies? And I was like, I don't know. No. Like, and so they were like, okay. And then we had to recheck in at the end. And Jen asked me, any allergies? And I was like, no. And she's like, okay, we're all good. No. And so we get to the table, and I was down that went in, but somebody in our group had an allergy, and they ended up, the waitress again asked again, and she spoke up then, and she, not a problem, went and got her that card, and I just saw her over there, down there, and I could see it, and how everything, like Mike said, was checked off and listed, and what she could eat, and the waitress went through it with her, and I was like so amazed. I was like, wow, so they do have something. You can have it at the table with you. You can take it through the line with you, whatever it is. And, they do provide, and they check so many times. 2 people said no, and 1 person still had an allergy, and they still caught it and checked it and took care of it.
Disney wants everybody in their park, in their restaurants, in their stores to have a positive experience. There's no doubt about it. And Janelle, I did let them know at Teppan that Tim was allergic to cold weather, so they turned the heat up.
Yeah. It was extra warm at our table. Thank you.
Absolutely.
You had an enjoyable time.
Okay, so we still have to do our recaps here of all the cool things. But Bex asked about good place to eat off parks, but on the resorts. So we mentioned Ohana. That's at Polynesian. That's a great one. Primarily for breakfast, although I've seen people that give it great reviews for the evening. If you want character, though, it's only breakfast. They don't do character meals at Ohana at the Polynesian. I'll just rattle off the ones that come to my mind, Janelle, and then you can fill in gaps. I am a big fan of Whispering Canyon at Wilderness Lodge. It's a very fun atmosphere. The food's really good and reasonably priced. Enjoy that one. We've done Chef Mickey's at the Contemporary before. Again, fun, character, interactive opportunity with kids or with big kids like me. Let me think where else. On property, on resorts. Topolino's at the top of the Riviera. Good food, great character interactions, great seating up top. You can go out on the plaza area out there and see out all around Disney, which is pretty cool. Never been to the resort, so new experience for you. Okay.
Hey, Danner.
Hey there. Let's see here. Sebastian's Bistro. Megan. Oh, hey, Megan. Megan mentioned. I'm drawing a blank now, Jill. Any other places that you've been to?
I think Thank you, Jessica. Well, so I've been to one of the places that just came to mind. So I think, as far as lounges go, the lounge in at for Ohana is the way to go. I think Ohana lunch and dinner is overrated. It is not the type of food that I eat. I do not care to get stuffed with noodles. The bread pudding is what I would go there for. And you can get all of that stuff without paying the price at the lounge a la carte. If you're looking for a fancier meal, I mean, I really do love California Grill. And again, I say go to the lounge. You can get everything a la carte. You don't have to pay, just like at Ohana. You just get to pick what you want individually, and you go along with your day, and you still get the great view without paying the price. But California Grill, I've not ever been disappointed going there. And the cast members are amazing, and that's one. Whispering Canyon is one. Olivia's, I know it's a hike to go over to Olivia's.
You've got Artist Point, which is also at
Thank you, Joe.
Wilderness Lodge. And Crystal Palace is great. That's inside Magic Kingdom, but that one's really good. I like the breakfast there. That's the only place in Disney World that you can get the churro Mickey waffles.
A lot of people like Cape May Cafe for breakfast, and that's a character dining. Lots of good reviews. So Megan, I'm with you on the Artist Point. I want to go there so badly, and I'm afraid I'm not going to like the food either. I think it's going to be our guest experience for me, or a Cinderella's Royal Table experience. But Olivia's is at Old Key West, and they have a phenomenal brunch. So, I mean, we can do a whole brunch section. I'd be happy to go and test places out. But no, they have a really good brunch at Olivia's. And I think, like, when you see people do TikToks on it and everything, that's basically what they're like, best place on Disney property to have brunch. So is the Boathouse at the Springs. Jessica, I know. At first, I kept thinking, I've eaten at Narcoossee's and Citricos, both at the Grand Floridian, both great. The grits, Disney Door, yes, the grits.
Yeah. Halen asked about, is it expensive? And I assume the question was about Crystal Palace, because that was the restaurant they'd asked about. I'm going off shady memory, but I think for an adult, it's around $45. And I think a kid might be closer to 30 to 35. Right. But again, it's all you can eat. It's buffet. And remember, you're also not just paying for the food, but you're paying for the experience and the characters. So, and we talk about this all the time. You have to factor in your time and what your time is worth. And prime example, I mean, you could stand in line waiting to see Tigger and Pooh for 30 minutes. While you're having your meal at Crystal Palace, you're going to not only see Tigger and Pooh, but you're also going to see Piglet and Eeyore. So you're saving time from standing in line to see characters while you're getting to eat. Tricky little corn.
I've eaten at Three Bridges at Coronado. We love that. I'm trying to go way out. Sanaa at, oh my gosh, Sanaa. If you could go to Sanaa over at Animal Kingdom Lodge, wonderful bread service, and it's so good. We'll just go just for midday and only have bread service, and that's how amazing it is. I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to think way out there. I have been inside of, I've eaten, I don't know what it's called. It's something with a T at Boardwalk, the Italian place. I've eaten there. Tortofino's, maybe. I've not ever been to Flying Fish, and I've been to, uh, I don't know what it's called, but it's inside the Swan and Dolphin, or the Swan or the Dolphin. I don't know which one, but been to a couple restaurants in there as well. So yeah, I mean, there's so many. You know, if you have specifics, it'd probably be better. So yeah.
All right.
All right. Anything else? I have not, Robbie, and it's on my list. Um, it's on my list to get to.
Tanner, I guess it
Okay,
depends. I mean, his comment about character dining and reservation meals are a waste as a whole. You know, if your intent is to spend as much of every minute of your day riding rides and seeing the shows, then I would agree with you. You want to do quick serve, get in, get out, mobile order, so it's even faster. But there are some great experiences at some of the restaurants. I mean, we talked about Tepanito, the Japanese hibachi style restaurant. It was good company. It was enjoyable for Tim and I to meet this couple from Boston, and for Janelle to meet one of her biggest fans over on the other side of the table. It was really cool.
crazy.
Our chef, we didn't talk about this. Our chef had the little red tag on that said what?
Earning my ears.
Earning my ears. This was her second week at Disney World.
Yeah.
She was. I like to say it's kind of like the what's the high school when they swapped from.
Foreign exchange student.
Thank you. She was from Disneyland Tokyo, and so really cool. If you've ever done hibachi style, whether it's there or at Kobe or Benihana, you know you have the traditional where they make the volcano, or then they push along, oh choo choo, ding 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 ding. Our waitress made Olaf with the onion stack with little bitty fine pieces of carrot. It was phenomenal. She then asked us if we'd seen Mickey and Minnie. What did she use for the Mickey head? Was it the onions?
Right. Onions. How would I can?
For the
Yeah.
Mickey head, and said, "Well, here's Mickey," and then pushed all of the carrots right at the between the ears and made the bow for Minnie. It was phenomenal. So the experiences were outstanding. Okay, so Janelle, we're an hour and almost 20 minutes into our conversation, and we have not done our review / recaps of Jollywood. That would be you.
Okay.
Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party for both of us. Luminous, Walt Disney's Garden at Epcot, and then I had one, the very last one, and then a couple side note things to cover.
Okay. So Megan's here, so she can watch us do our 1, 2, 3 because I've done this with her. We did this for Knoebels, and it was so much fun. I have mine written down, and I will show it whenever.
Whoa. Janelle took time to make notes for a call. Whoa.
I'm impressed.
This is a historic moment. Please mark the date and time. I'm teasing.
Well, Florida Road Trip, I hope you're enjoying the live. And Bex, no worries about sidetracking us. It's absolutely fine. We love to be sidetracked.
Cool.
It's part of the fun of the live.
One of the two would like to talk a lot, Bex. It's okay.
Okay, so if you have them written down, and can show, like maybe we can just show what we wrote down. I don't know. If not, we can just say it, but I want to see if we match in some way.
Well, I can barely read my own handwriting.
I
I
don't think you can even see that.
So this is for the Christmas party, right?
Yep, we're going to do the Christmas party, guys. And what we're going to do is we have 3 things that were not so positive, but in 3 positive things. And we're going to see if we kind of agree on those points. We haven't spoken about it. I mean, we did a little bit because Mike was like, I can't find anything negative about it. Ruby. Hi, Ruby. But there are some things that, again, you could just want something better. So
let's do the 3 things we didn't like.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's start with number 3 going up to 1.
Okay.
Okay, my number three was the parades were different. The two parades were different. What was your number three?
So my number three, I have to do show and tell.
Okay.
We got one of these beauties, the popcorn bucket, which is really cool. And it came with popcorn, which is really cool. But when you got gorilla hands like I do, getting the popcorn was a pain in the caboose.
Okay.
There wasn't a lot of popcorn in there. And then when it was time to clean it out to bring it home on our trip home, shaking the popcorn out of there was a real pain. So, but it's pretty cool. I mean, his arms rotate up so he can play the trumpet for you. The little feather thing on his hat can fold up and down. So pretty cool.
Megan, I don't remember how much it was. How much was it? I remember. I guess it must have been what, 30?
Because around 28.
Okay, yeah, because I think the with the tax it came to like $60 for two, because we each got two. Because I bought one for Book, you bought one for JJ because they were off meeting Flynn and Eric. That's a whole nother discussion. You guys, we have one for the December giveaway, so keep subscribing and we'll do one for subscriber giveaway for this month. So to go to my number three, the parades are different. They have two nighttime party parades. Robbie, no. I meant to get the pamphlet for the party, but the parade has a name and
sorry, I'm asking my assistant to help me.
okay. And so it rained a little bit before we got there. It rained a little bit during the party time, and it made the street a little wet and stuff. And so we kind of know a couple of reasons why certain things didn't happen. But in the first parade, we had the toy soldiers. We didn't know what we didn't have until the second parade.
Stop right there, though. Don't give it all away. Let's finish our list before you do that.
Okay.
So, I'm guessing that my popcorn bucket is not on your list as a negative.
My popcorn bucket is not on the list.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, what was your number two?
We didn't get enough cookies.
But that's on us, right?
It is. But that was like the one thing I was like, we did not put forth to even try to get all the cookies, and that is on us, which would go to my number one. But go ahead. What's your number two?
Florida road trip, we're going to do that. So hang with us. But the cookie thing, though, when I got back to my room later on that night and I opened up my bag, it was like I had a bag of cookie crumbs because they get all smashed up.
I think JJ was saying that too. Yeah.
So first off, like you said earlier, I told you the other day I was having a hard time coming up with three negatives. Okay, so you can laugh at this, but there were two different free drinks that we had available to us. The first one was in
Cosmic Rays.
Thank you, and it was what?
Hot chocolate.
Yes, you got it. I didn't, but I had some.
Warm chocolate.
Yes. The other one was
apple juice.
No,
cider.
Cider. Bingo. That's what I wrote down. They advertised it as cider, but it was just
apple juice.
So that was my second that I wasn't a big fan of.
Okay.
That's right, Jessica.
Yes. Okay. And not number one?
Yes. Drum roll.
We didn't have enough time to do everything, but that was on us again. But I just wish maybe we had one more hour. Like, that's it. One more hour to be even more exhausted, but I like to see two parades. I mean, this is like the first party that I didn't go to that I didn't see two shows too. But if you want to see two parades, Like you don't have time to go do a character, I don't think. I mean, that it didn't for us. Plus we didn't get to go do cookies.
We saw 2 shows on the stage.
No, we didn't.
We watched Frozen?
No, we didn't. That was that we
Oh, was
did that on Monday.
Oh, okay. All right.
We didn't have time.
Yeah. Okay. Now, oddly enough, as far as you saying not enough time, it's still more time than what you get at Jollywood.
100%.
Okay.
I know.
So the reason why I asked you to stop on the parade comparison is because that's my number one. There were no toy soldiers at the second parade.
And we don't know why, because the street was dry.
It was too dry.
And yeah, we thought we were like, the street's just too dry now. It was sort of wet the first time, because the first time we didn't get Snope. And so we didn't get Snope because the street was wet. And so they said Snope plus a wet street equals nope.
Nope. There's no S in rain, so we got nope.
Yeah.
Okay. So those were our bottom 3.
Okay.
And really, when you think about it, we're kind of nitpicking, right?
Oh, yeah. Like, yeah. Okay. Number 3 for all the positives. I have the fireworks. I loved the fireworks. Can you not read your writing?
No. I have my Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party likes top 3, and I have 8. But I'll start with my top 3, and then I'll tell you the others.
Okay.
So for me, number 3 was the stage show.
Okay.
And what was the cool feature on the stage show?
The cell phone?
Yeah.
I thought it was so corny, and you liked it. I love Lori laughing. Thank you, Jessica.
So how about number 2? She's gonna start choking on her caramel apple again. So number 2,
the parade. I loved the parade. Both times.
my number 2 was the fireworks. So we did match, just not in order for the first time. Okay. And your number 1?
Being with my friends.
Oh, for God's sakes. That was my that's number 5 on my list.
That's not your number one?
My number 1 is your number 2. The parade / toy soldiers. So can I give you my other 5?
Yeah. Yes.
So one of my 5 you couldn't say. JJ's still on. She might side with me.
Okay.
And that was the pot roast sandwich at Cosmic Rays.
Oh.
You didn't even eat it.
I wouldn't. I don't like pot roast.
It tasted like cookies.
I don't like pot roast either.
Yeah.
JJ, you liked that pot roast sandwich, didn't you? JJ, that's sweet. Her number 1 was me getting to meet Jack and Sally with her.
I know.
That was awesome. Yeah,
I wish I had gone in with you guys.
My number 5 was the company that I was with.
Okay.
And now Lori could lie to you, but hopefully she'll be honest. See my top 4. How I wrote those. Look at how I wrote number 5.
Are we looking at the
top 5? So number 5 compared to like 1 through 3, 4.
Okay.
How was it different? Do you see any lowercase letters? In
Oh
number
yeah,
5?
no.
Thank you.
The word "the" is capitalized.
And is the word company. So I
And
wrote that in
company.
all. Okay, number 6 was Snope.
Lori, put him in timeout.
What? Wait, what?
Nothing.
Who said that? Jessica, come on. So Snope was number 6. I know silly, but I liked the Christmas lighting on the Speedway. Which I will be honest with you, that is a ride that
was cute.
outside of that, I could care less riding, but that was really cool.
We haven't ridden that in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Brooke didn't want to go either. Brooke was like, I don't want to go. And she's like, I'll only go if everybody wants to go. And I was like, but look over there, Brooke. I was like, there's lights. And then when I pointed it out to her, she was like, okay, let's go.
JJ, thank you. I mean, if you've ever ridden the ride, you know there's
I just read her comment.
There's the metal rail that keeps your car from going all over the place. That metal rail took an abusive ride with Brooke. Bang, 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 bang. It was crazy. Okay.
Yes, Space Mountain does have an overlay. We didn't do it.
We didn't do it. My number 8, and I told you all about it, but you guys didn't get to witness it. So where we set up for the first parade, we were right underneath the Christmas tree, right there in the main circle outside the train station. And before the parade ever happened, I held our spot while Janelle, Lori, Brooke, and JJ went around to the back side of the tree closer to the train station to get their picture taken with one of the photographers. Clearly they didn't want me in the picture, but that's another story.
We needed somebody to hold our stuff.
Anyway, so the parade begins, and I was streaming the parade, and probably Robbie, I have Hatbox written out. We'll talk about him in a little bit. We were probably 2/3 of the way through with the parade, and I just happened to look over my shoulder. This is, again, my number 8 of the things I liked. There was an older couple, if I had to guess, probably around 75 years old, that they were there together getting their picture taken by a cast member photographer. It was just the sweetest thing ever. So I had to make sure I put that on my list. See, I'm not all about jokes. Sometimes I'm very, very sentimental.
I mean, see, Nyasha was great. She was great watching her.
Got to meet her?
Yeah.
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 I've been to both the Christmas party and the Halloween party. And while I love the Headless Horseman, I think that's really cool. You've seen my video of my village, right? So you know I'm a massive Christmas fan. I mean, gosh, I dress as Santa on Halloween. You can't beat the Christmas party. The colors, the feels, the smells, the sounds, the music. It's just spectacular. So anyway, so there's our Mickey Very Merry Christmas Party. Top 3, bottom 3.
Oh, we did not match.
We matched, well, not exact 1 and 1, but you said parade, I said parade, you said fireworks, I said fireworks. Just not in the same order.
No. We had a wonderful time. We did ride rides. We rode Jingle Cruise, Haunted Mansion, Teacups, Speedway, Tron.
The train.
That was on
that was
Monday.
the next day, sorry.
Yeah, that was the next day. I think that was it for rides.
Yep. We rode 5 rides.
So I told Lori this today. I think it was Lori I talked to. The one thing that I didn't do this trip, that we never had time to do it, and I've yet to do in my life, is to see the gingerbread house at Grand Floridian.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
We'll have to go get him next week.
I agree, Lori. I agree.
But if you saw Janelle's face, what it said was, I need at least 2 weeks off before you got to come back here again.
I can see her face on my phone.
I didn't say that, Lori.
In her mind, she's thinking, please give me at least a week.
Tim can't wait for more of my conversations with him.
The accessories need to get back together again. Do you want to go to Jollywood and share, or do you want to keep doing the list stuff with like Luminous and the Walt Garden?
No, we can talk. We'll go Jollywood because I mean it's fairly quick. I mean I don't have like too much to say. I mean I streamed it. You could go watch the stream replay if you want to see everything that I did. Hey Lori. JJ saying hi to Lori. Not Lori. Listen, you can laugh at me. I didn't buy my own Christmas gift and send it to myself or somebody else. So, yep, that's out there. Don't laugh at me.
I thought she was talking to me.
JJ, I agree. We did get a lot done in a short time.
Oh, way to change the subject.
I didn't want to leave her hanging there. JJ said hi to you.
Hi, JJ. Oh, I see it now. I miss you too, girl.
All right, Jollywood.
Uh, okay.
Hey, wait a minute. What do you mean at least Lori hung back and slow walked with you?
We all did, JJ.
Oh, baloney. We all did my foot. If I wasn't as tall as I was, we'd have never found you in Brook half the time.
Okay. Jollywood. Yeah, JJ did get lost. If you go with short people, I don't know. We need a system. JJ's short. She'll admit it.
Next time we'll get her a hat that can do this.
She needs
She
needs a flag. That's what I was gonna say, Pam. She needs a flag.
Tour guides. Yes,
JJ, fess up. I was very good about staying back and make sure you didn't get lost.
The Oswald ears would have been great too, JJ. We should have thought about that.
Road trip. I'm back home now and enjoyed every minute of it. Absolutely.
If we turned around, JJ was gone. I mean, she was gone. So, okay, Jollywood. It is the same cost as a Mickey's Not So Scary. I don't even know what I'm saying. A Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party ticket. It is less time, and I know we're not supposed to be comparing, but those are the two comparisons, right? The cost and the time.
Absolutely.
I thought it was I liked the stage show more than I thought I was going to. I went in with very low expectations. I rode Toy Story Mania and Alien Swirling Saucers were the only two rides that I saw. I did see both stage shows and I saw the fireworks. I met Duffy. I tried to meet Phineas and Ferb, and I saw all the other characters. I took one picture with the fancy, picture opportunities that they were given, and the only thing I ate was the Gertie cookie. There needs to be more time. Other than that, it was a fabulous time. Again, I said it, the next day. I thought it was a great time. I know we spoke a little bit, and I think it was you that said it's a dapper day that you get to pay for. And that is exactly what it felt like.
And not comparing the two. I don't think talking about the time of the parties is comparing the two. I mean, those are facts, right? I can say I love the toy soldiers, and you can be like, because those are opinions. But at the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, the party is from 7 to midnight, so it's 5 hours, and you're allowed to come in at 4 o'clock. So you're essentially getting 8 hours in the Magic Kingdom for the $159. Great night, not enough time. Yeah. At Jollywood, for that same price, you're getting in the door at, 8 o'clock, 8:30?
I mean, it starts at 8, so I would assume you get in at 7?
It started at 8 or it started at 8:30?
Oh, 8:30, you're right. It started at 8:30.
It's only 4 hours long. And unless you have, like Janelle's an annual pass holder, she went in early. She was able to go in early. Remember, you showed us the massive line of people waiting to get in the door. So they couldn't get in until closer to 8:30. The party ended at 12:30. And oh, by the way, all of the day guests, the park closed at 8 p.m. So they're there still. And there's a Phantasmic at 7:30?
7:15.
7:15. So they're walking out around 8 o'clock. It's a massive congested area up front. And again, this is all factual. This isn't opinion, right? So there are some differences there.
Yeah, and I would say that as short of the lines, the longest wait time was Slinky Dog at 40 minutes. Everything else was a walk-on. As short of those lines were, I still felt shorted on the time that we were given, like the Mickey is Very Merry, you get the extra time before the party starts to kind of go in and do some stuff, ride some rides, and like we did. Yeah, you don't get any of that. And if you want to see Phantasmic and, butt your time up to right at the thing, then, there are people already waiting in those lines for either food or the shows, and you're, over here in Fantasmic because everybody else is, in the lines and getting ready. The night went smoothly for me. There was nothing that was like, oh my gosh, this happened and it was horrible. None of that. I liked the vibe. I liked the DJs and the music. They had different kinds of music in each of the areas, along with the characters that I got that, and that they gave us those characters because of, the disastrous first night. And so everything was fine. I am not a Nightmare Before Christmas fan. I did go to the show because I was streaming and there were people that wanted to see it, but I would not go back to it if I didn't have to. I wouldn't spend my time there. And so other than that, that's, but, and like I said, I like the Miss Piggy and the Muppet Show, Miss Piggy and Kermit Show. I said it to Jen the other day. I said, I watched that show and all I could think of was Beauty and the Beast on that show. And I didn't feel that way at Magic Kingdom with, that show. And I didn't say like, oh no, only the Friendship Fair belongs up there. But for some reason, it was the type and style of the show, I guess, that I was just like, oh, this is where Beauty and the Beast is supposed to be, not this other show.
So Jessica and Shane, I think, are having fun on my expense. I'm not following on what the heck they're talking about me. But shoot, I was going to say something and I don't remember what it is now. Talked about the show. Oh, the stage show at the Beauty and the Beast auditorium there. Did you like the concept where like they were going to commercial breaks in between sets, or was that kind of weird?
It was weird, and I would assume that if you didn't know what was happening, like you were just confused. I had seen a couple of lives before, only on that show, and I didn't watch the whole thing, but I knew it was going to happen. And I would just think, I don't know. I was like, I don't know what the word is, if it's weird or, like I said, just confused of like, what's going on, especially the first one. I mean, the second and third one, you're like, okay, they did it and it went smoothly. But yeah, it is odd just because that's just something we're not used to. But old Hollywood, like that's what it was like. And I get why they were trying to give us that feel,
Okay.
So, I get it, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't, as corny as I think that the Mickey's, Very Merry Christmas stage show was, especially with the cell phones and the characters texting each other, your favorite part, I still feel like that. I feel like that's like it was still better than the stage show, although I think the Miss Piggy and the Kermit the Frog part was really good. And, unfortunately I didn't try any of the food except for the Gertie cookie, which was good. I like the Gertie cookie. I know it's supposed to have like a thin, like it's supposed to be mint with the green because Gertie is green and it's like that mint. And I ate the cookie and I was like, I don't remember any mint. So I don't know. It's not like a strong mint or anything if there is mint. And like I said, doing the picture was a lot of fun. The cast members were great in there. And I got to meet Duffy, a very rare character. So I have his, I don't have it. Because I packed it away to do another character signature, or I would show you all the thing. But I mean, his line was very easy to go through there. So, I mean, I guess if you asked, would I be going back? I would rather go to the Mickey's Very Merry. But I wouldn't not say that I would never go back to it. I would just do things a little differently.
I meant to show this.
Okay.
This was the ornament that when you entered Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party that you received if you went and picked it up. I don't think they handed anything out at Jollywood, did they?
Nope.
Okay.
The map. I mean, just a map. And I meant to have it, and I don't have it.
Hey, you know where else we can get maps around here, Janelle? At the zoo.
Did y'all know that there is a wonderful zoo in Nebraska?
I did. She's never gonna love that.
I think we talked about this. If they brought back like the Stormtrooper March, Robbie, I mean, that's something that everybody loves and would make people happy.
Yep.
I don't think that you're ever going to get a free drink from Disney. I mean, they're not going to give away alcohol. And, you know.
There's no reason why they can't do free hot cocoa there.
Right. You heard that the zoo is getting a roller coaster. Yeah.
Good Lord.
She must be really tired.
I am so tired. I have been drinking lemonade, you loser.
It's like margarita and water bottle to me.
They're playing maps and they plan. Oh, I thought they were talking about the zoo. I'm sorry.
All right.
Okay. So that's my, there's the Jollywood.
Y'all can tell when Lori and Tim are together who's doing all the talking. It's Lori. Okay, so that's Jollywood and Mickey's Very Merry.
Oh.
What do you got next for us?
Thank you, JJ. Somebody wants me.
Are we doing the gardens and Luminous, or are we just doing Luminous?
Both. Knew both. And then also Robbie mentioned Hatbox. I had that written down.
Okay. I mean, we can do Hatbox real quick. I mean, because I think it'll be real quick.
Yep.
Mom, he's there.
He's there. Yep. Happy Halloween. He's there on November 30th.
That's it. Enjoy, everybody. Whatever.
Now, the projection was really clear.
It was.
It was really
very
well
nice.
done.
Yep.
And Janelle knows this, I don't understand why it took them that long to get it there. They should have had it at a minimum on Halloween. In reality, they should have had it for the very first Halloween party in the middle of August.
Yeah.
So why it took that long? And look, it's cute. It's nice. But the hype for, 7-8 months since they announced it at D23 in the spring, I don't get it. For me personally, I don't get it.
Yeah. So that's our Hatbox. We saw it. We saw it twice.
Yep.
That's it.
We saw it. We came. We conquered.
It's there. It's not going anywhere. Hopefully it doesn't break and everybody can see it. That's it.
Hopefully the guys that did the Yeti didn't do him. He'll be okay.
So.
All right. What do you want to do next? Yep.
I mean, we can do the gardens.
The gardens.
Because when you walk into the park, that will be the first thing that you see, or walk to. It's not the first thing you see. It's not, yeah, I said it wrong, but that you will, walk around to.
Depends on where you're entering the park too,
that's
right?
True too, but you'll probably still see Spaceship Earth before you see the gardens.
But I mean, if you're coming in from the backside with the Skyliner, you're already well back in the World Showcase. So you've got to get through quite a bit before you get over there.
Not all of the walls are down. So if you were to go there tomorrow, don't be disappointed when there are still a few walls up somewhere in the Moana area, around the buildings that are not completed. But the majority of the walls, 80% of the walls are down, and it is absolutely beautiful. And when I was walking out of the park, more importantly, walking out, if you're going to the buses or the monorail or the parking lot, It was absolutely amazing because you didn't have to be like this walking out. It was the best part really of the night, aside from Tepanito, walking out of the park and having space and being able to breathe and not feel claustrophobic and think that, you just had to be around all these people was amazing. And I loved it. But the garden is beautiful. The whole area is beautiful. And if you were there in the daytime, we got surprised at night with beautiful lights that were integrated into the walkways and the light posts and all of that correlated with or went with the show on Spaceship Earth. It's all just beautiful.
So my number one, I wrote down, Lori can confirm if you don't believe me, is the word beautiful. It absolutely, Shane, I do that all the time, drives me nuts. The area was beautiful. Like Janelle said, the light pillars change color in conjunction with the golf ball show at night, which was pretty cool. The other couple of things that I noted, one, it's a really good area to decompress or relax. It's kind of Zen-like, if you will. So if you have crowd anxieties, noise anxieties, things like that, I felt like we were transported to a very serene, relaxing area. So it's a great place to be able to do that. You can get in line to sit down next to Walt on the bench and get your picture taken. That, quite honestly, might have been one of the longest lines at Epcot on Tuesday. And again, it was opening day for that area, so I get it. I think the one negative I have in my mind, and I think I told you this, is it took forever for what it is.
Right.
I mean, I'm not a landscaper by any means, but when I walked in there, and how long have those walls been up? I mean, it's
4 years.
Exactly. And that to me is not 4 years, 2 years, maybe 1 year worth of effort to do that. So I think that, again, it's a blessing and a curse, right? Disney rolls out Flight of Passage. Disney rolls out Rise of the Resistance. Disney rolls out Guardians of the Galaxy, and the bar gets set higher and higher and higher.
Right.
And then they take 4 years to build Tron, and people's balloons are burst. They take 4 years to build the gardens, and I think people's balloons are going to burst. I think some people's balloons are burst with the Moana Journey into Water because, right, wrong, or indifferent, people had in their mind that it was going to be a ride, a Moana ride. And so people are disappointed by that. We walked in. I enjoyed it. It was pretty cool. I would have liked to have had the time to go back at night. Although the downside to that night in particular is it cooled off. And some of that attraction, you're going to get wet. And so I think that would be a massive turnoff for people.
Moana, not the garden. There's no water in the garden.
The Moana Journey into Water, that section at night when it's cool out, I think would be a deterrent because you don't want to get damp in that area. But both are very beautifully done. Again, it's a great way to relax, unwind a little bit, and enjoy some of the scenery.
The Moana walkthrough, there's not a lot of seating. No. You can't, it's not really a place that you can just go and sit and enjoy the sounds of the waterfalls or any of the water going on in the attraction. Thank you, Melissa. But in the garden, there is so much seating, whether it be walls, tables. They had Adirondack chairs in there. Bye, Ruby. Good night. They had so much seating. The pathways were so nice and wide. Again, just the space, like all the space we had before, there was space. And I cannot wait for Communicore Hall to open. I think that that's going to be another, wonderful addition. It was supposed to open on the same day as well, and it didn't. Going back to
that building?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's anywhere close to being ready either.
But Hannah said that. She said that was it was supposed to be open in this December. That was an announcement.
No, I understand that, but it's not like they're just a
Oh
few
no.
weeks behind.
No, yeah, yeah. They weren't like, oh no, we didn't get the finishing touches on. No, it's not done.
I believe the Hatbox Construction Company is building that.
The Buena Vista Construction Company needs to get it together. Um, but once that's open and those walls are down, and it's gonna be amazing. You know, and I think I can't wait to see a festival in that area, you know, what they're going to do at festival times and what the area is meant for. Because if you read all about it, it's supposed to be the festival hub. And so I can't wait to see what the festival is going to be like. Where, you know, what are we going to see Lee in a new area? I don't know, you know, like, who knows? I don't know. I know that area where she goes is meant for that, but we don't know. It could change.
One small word of caution in the Moana Journey into Water section. If I mean whether it's your cell phones or if you got a real big expensive camera, be careful. I mean, yes, it tells you where you can get wet and that sort of thing, but there was one point where I was videoing and kids will be kids, and this little kid got into that water and the whole right side of my body was wet, not just damp, it was wet. So you want to be protective of your electronics when you go in there, because again, there'll be areas where you know you're going to get wet. There are going to be areas where somebody accidentally gets you wet.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did I say that was shade, JJ?
I don't know. About the construction company, I don't know. So that's that area. Like I said, the lighting, everything, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's a great location. Yeah, the Hatbox Company.
Okay.
I mean, we'll move on to then Luminous. And I think if you wanted to sit in the gardens and watch the show, you absolutely could.
Yeah.
You would see the fireworks. You wouldn't necessarily see what was happening down low, but you absolutely could, which is, you know, makes it another, you know, great area.
Yeah.
But as far as the new show goes, I was happy to be there on the opening day of something. You know, I had said to Mike, like, I've been on the reopening of things, but I had never been to an opening day, you know, attraction. So as far as a show went, and I don't really want to say anything, you know, about it because I think I need to see it again. We didn't have that great of a view, or I mean, we went to go do other things, so we didn't get a front row seat. And I just think that, you know, to be able to say something nice and positive, I don't have that. I don't have anything negative to say either, because as I said, I feel like Harmonious took a little while for it to grow on me. It's different, it's change. And I need to see it again to be able to give, you know, oh, I really love and understand this. Thank you, Jen.
So, you know, for everybody that's on still with us, first off, thank you for putting up with us for over 2 hours now, or putting up with me. It was opening night for Luminous. It was opening of the gardens. It was Walt's birthday. So it felt like, especially in the evening, and I think Janelle commented on this, we got to about 4 o'clock or so, 5 o'clock, and you could tell that the locals, especially annual pass holder locals, were showing up then. By the evening, it felt almost New Year's Eve like around the World Showcase with the crowds. We went, we got done with dinner close to 7. We walked over by by the front of the gardens to watch the Spaceship Earth show. And then we went into Living with the Land to ride that at night to see the Christmas lights in there, which is spectacular. I don't think we even talked about that yet. Beautiful. By the time we got out of there, it was close to 9 o'clock and the show was at 9:30. So like Janelle said, we didn't have the great viewing. We were on the bridge between the UK and France, and we were probably 6 people deep behind the railing. So kind of, put that into perspective. My quick notes, I would agree with Janelle that you need to see it multiple times to have it grow on you. I felt the same way about Harmonious, and I will be honest with you, I will go to my grave as an Illuminations lover, just like I am a Wishes lover. And so it took a while for me to adapt to Harmonious. It will take me the same for Luminous. However, the notes that I made, I loved the music. I felt like there was kind of a Illuminations vibe to some of the music that I enjoyed. I liked the fact that there was a limited amount of Disney music in the show, right? I don't need the soundtrack of Happily Ever After to be inserted into Luminous or Phantasmic or whatever. I wanted uniqueness, and for the most part, I think we got that. So I like that. Tina, what you just said is really my second bullet is the length. It was 17 to 18 minutes long. It was in line with what Happily Ever After is. It's not as long as Phantasmic. I don't think they'll have a show as long as Phantasmic is, simply because Phantasmic everybody's seated for. But yes, much better than Epcot Forever. Although I would tell you that if Epcot Forever lasted 15 to 18 minutes, I think a lot of people would enjoy it more. I think Jules mentioned it. If I scroll back, I like the fact that they used the cannons to shoot out. I liked that they introduced or kept in the lighting at the different pavilions around the World Showcase, that they lit up at different times. I liked that. There was a point where they were like shooting a cannon from each country around some counterclockwise. I already mentioned the lack of Disney music that I liked. My two, I'll say negatives, if you will. I thought there would be more projections at ground level, and there really wasn't at all. It was primarily, they had some colored water features and then the fireworks. There were no projections, there was no fire, things like that, other than the torches around the World Showcase. And then the other is, this is a Disney thing. Expectations get built the longer you hype something up. This was hyped up for months on end. I think I told Janelle this. If they would have said on November 1st, a new show is coming December 5th, I think people would have been ecstatic on December 5th when they saw the show. But to have it built up for as long as it was, just like waiting for Tron for 4 years, waiting for these gardens for 4 years, whatever the case may be, I think people's expectations are either being set too high, they're being inflated too much, whatever the case may be. I watched some lady's TikTok video today, and she was like, Disney, you dropped the ball. It was a horrible show, hated it. Janelle can tell you we had people standing in front of us that they walked away halfway through the show, didn't like it.
Yeah. And they might have had some help. Some help.
I'm sorry, that was rude.
JJ. I feel like alcohol might have been a factor in those women walking away, but neither here nor there. I will say, when Mike started talking about the negatives, it did come to me, like, I couldn't hear the narration. And I'm sure it was where we were standing, but I couldn't hear it. So in those low parts where they were talking, there was just too much going on. Their narration was, okay, so you've seen it twice. Okay. So I figured, Robbie, that there's just something going on. And like I said, I know Disney will fix everything and everything's perfect. And I can extend grace and go see it again and make sure I'm by a speaker and all those things. But I just couldn't believe that I couldn't hear the narration. And so I just was like standing there like, okay, this is like a long period of time and I can't hear.
Yep. No, but I would, my gut tells me if I went back in a week or 2 or 3 or whatever, and like you said, had a little bit better viewing of it, not 8 people deep on a bridge.
People
I think
pushing
we
behind.
had people kind of shoving and pushing us, wanting to get inside the tape line.
Yeah.
I think we would. I would feel good about it. I'm a fireworks nut as it is, so I enjoyed Epcot Forever, even though it was only 10 minutes long. It was just the problem that it was only 10 minutes long.
I loved the ending of it. Again, I said to you, I thought that the fireworks at the end reminded me of the 4th of July fireworks, and I love those fireworks. And so I liked the heart. I liked there were so many special fireworks and water features that we haven't had before. And so, like I said, I feel like if we just get a good viewing of it, it'll be much better for us. We'll have, be able to just say more positive than negative things. I'm sure of it.
I think we talked about this. We as a human race get caught up in this idea that the next thing that comes has to be better.
Yeah.
And sometimes it doesn't have to be better. It has to be different.
Yeah.
And it has to grow on you.
Yeah.
And
Matthew, I agree. Like they're going to fix it. They'll tweak it. All the things. I mean, when I went to Jollywood on Wednesday, they were testing it. When we came out of the park for the Halloween or for the Christmas party, I don't know why I have Halloween on the brain, but Christmas party, they were testing it. That was 1 day before one day before it, debuted. They were testing it. So clearly it needed probably some more testing.
Yeah. So the name of the show is Luminous, the Symphony of Us.
Yeah.
It's a sparkling, spectacular delight and a dramatic show designed to bring us all together. Marvel at a dazzling pageant of fireworks, fountains, music, and lights.
Yeah, and like on the merch, it has the heart, it has the red heart, which that's at the end. Like there were hearts. I don't know if you saw them, but when I was going back and looking at my video, again, there's things that I've never seen before that they can do with fireworks and the water and all of that.
It really is. So JJ, I'm going to go back to your comment, and I know she was kind of teasing a little bit of kidding about double and triple checking your meds before you go somewhere.
Me too. I was too. I think we all were. Just like Mike said, they hyped it up. They did too much, and they gave us Epcot Forever like that. They automatically lowered our standards, and we all would say that it would be better than Epcot Forever, and that's all they wanted from us.
But like I said, I will, to the day I die, Illuminations will be my favorite. If I could sit and watch objectively it and Harmonious, could I say one was better than the other from the music, the fireworks, the display? Probably not. And we talked about this when I was down there, I think, Janelle. Illuminations will always be my favorite because that's the show that was being played when my kids were little and they grew up on it. Same thing for Wishes, and Tina just said that. So those two shows have a different place in my heart for different reasons, not because the fireworks were better or the music was better or the transition, any of that stuff. It's something that no show, Janelle has talked about the fireworks show at New York City, or I think DC before. Yep. Probably the most spectacular fireworks show ever, but I would pick Wishes over it because of a reason that DC can never give me. right? Yeah, nostalgia, exactly. Now, Robbie, you're talking about the light parade. That's a whole different subject altogether. But again, we know, you and I, Lori sitting here knows what JJ was talking about with the meds. But it's from a serious standpoint. If you take medications, and I'll use me as the example, I take medication for high blood pressure. Since both my kidney surgeries for cancer, I'm at higher risk for high blood pressure with only one kidney. And so I take 2 pills a day. If you're going to go on a 4-day trip, so like a Sunday through Wednesday, it may sound simple or silly, but I always pack 2 extra days worth of meds because you never know if your flight gets canceled and you're there another day or whatever the case may be. So it's important to plan for a more of a worst case kind of a thing, if you will. Robbie.
And also too, keep them with you. Don't pack them in a bag that you check just in case you never get that bag back. Keep the meds with you.
That's exactly right. Yes. Were you working on something that you were trying to get my attention for?
No. I figured it out.
Sorry. Getting distracted by accessories over here.
I can extend an accessory for you.
Yeah, I bet you can. So those are all of the things that we wanted to do recaps on. I have no clue how I miscounted. And that's, that's a detail, JJ, honestly, when you're planning and packing and doing everything that you can easily skip.
And I mean, and it is something that we probably should, and I mean, even like Mike as a travel agent, just in case somebody did have an emergency, to know, is there a pharmacy nearby that would deliver to the resorts? And I'm sure that's a quick, somebody at Disney or the resorts would probably know that information. But what is around, it's good. It's good to know, you just don't know.
Yeah. And I mean, in today's day and age, pharmacies will deliver, you've got, overnight shipments, things like that. I mean, honestly, all right. Good night, Shane. See you, bud.
Bye.
I mean, if you can't find a pharmacy near Disney, I know it costs money, but have somebody back home overnight your meds, if you need them.
Yeah.
So there are certainly options. I think there's a brand new medical / hospital type facility that just opened real close to Disney not that long ago. And Disney is really good if you or a family member gets sick or ill during your stay, they will do their best to get you to the right people that will take care of you.
Well, I mean, there's even I had told JJ, like, there's a Target right 2 minutes, and it just depends on which end of the property you're on to say what is closer. But, there's Target, Walgreens, CVS, all of it,
Yeah. And so this just makes my brain go to another place where, as we're talking about this, and the simple solves for this issue become incredibly complicated solves if we're talking about a Disney cruise. And that's where it's incumbent that you really are very careful about making sure you've got your meds packed appropriately. And as silly as it may sound, have your spouse or a family member double check for you. Your brain is thinking about 1,000 different things, and that can easily be missed.
Yeah, I feel like medicines need to be on the list now.
And so JJ first off, Robbie, thank you. Appreciate that comment. Jay, I know she had called her doctors Monday morning and they didn't get to it till Wednesday after she was home. There's no harm in calling your doctor before you leave. And it doesn't even have to be before you leave for a Disney trip. It could be a family reunion across country. It could be whatever, you're going out of town for business.
Right.
Call your doctor's office and say, hey, I'm going to be traveling soon. What is your process, your protocol? Should I get to my destination and find that I forgot my meds? What's your practice in getting something sent in?
Right. Oh,
And I mean, we're taking this conversation is so far outside of Disney at this point. I mean, this is, like I said, it could be a business trip.
it could be.
You could be
And it,
going to Connecticut for a family graduation,
yeah.
whatever it
And
may be.
I'm sitting here thinking like it could be even more than again, you know, you miscounting. What if you spilled something and they all spilled everywhere and you don't have them anymore, or they get wet, or there's a million scenarios to why you wouldn't even have them anymore. So
Yeah, and that to Robbie's point, that's why I say contact your doctor ahead of time.
before,
Ask them.
yeah.
Absolutely.
All
No,
right.
so JJ, again, I know you were kind of joking when you commented on it because we know what you went through, but there's nothing wrong with.
Yeah. Or you drop them in the park. Like I said, there's so many scenarios to it. There you go.
Absolutely.
You're
Yeah.
welcome, Robbie.
Worst case, reach out to Dr. Google.
Yeah. Only if you have to, though.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. As a last resort.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Are we done with our?
So Robbie, Dr. Mike's in the house. Yes, absolutely. I'm getting distracted with that thought. So Robbie had mentioned about some promotions early next year, and so I wanted to touch on that. And sometimes we do that when we have time.
Okay.
There are a few promotions that are going on right now that lead into springtime in 2024. Couple comments. One, Disney typically doesn't do a promotion now for all of 2024, for instance. So it will vary, and they will come out with new ones throughout the year. So right now at Disney World, the current active promotions, and I just dotted them down. I don't have full notes on them here, but they've got the Play and Dine promotion for kids ages 3 to 9. If you purchase the dining plan package, children 3 to 9 get 50% off the plan and 50% off tickets to the park. They currently have a promotion for most nights, Sunday through Thursday, that runs through middle of March, that is anywhere from 25 to 30% off room rates per night. If you are a Disney Visa Chase card holder, they have an ongoing promotion right now that again runs through the middle of March, and that will give you up to 35% off room rates. Robbie's the one commenting, so I'm gonna use Robbie as the example, and it's a really good example. If you're an annual pass holder, a lot of times they will have annual pass holder promotions, but if they don't, if you're a Visa Chase card holder, you've already got your ticket taken care of. The room rate promotions that they offer as a Chase card holder can be really good. And then they have a current Play, Stay, and Dine promotion that runs through March 5th. Depending upon which resort you stay at, your value resorts, you will get a $60 per night stay on a virtual dining gift card, $120 for moderate resorts, and $200 per night for deluxe resorts. This is a promotion they ran earlier this year as well. And I know Unicourse, who I don't think she's on anymore this evening, but her family took advantage of that on their September trip. And they had $800 in dining credit to use. So a great way to help offset your expenses. When does that run? Which one, Kayla, are you asking about? Someone on TikTok, match 40% off March and April. So Robbie, the other thing I was going to comment, Disney has teased, at least travel agents, that on January 3rd, they're announcing a new promotion for Disney Plus subscribers, but they've not provided any content on it. I'm going to be honest with you. Things like that, somehow somebody thinks they've heard something and then they tell somebody else, and then that spreads and you get a perceived promotion that when Disney does announce the actual promotion, it's not what the rumor spread gets to be. We're going March 1st to the 9th, the last one you mentioned. So the Play, Stay, Dine promotion, that's through March 3rd. Kayla, if you've already booked your trip, and I'll kind of get into some generics here. If you've already booked your trip, if you booked it yourself, you will want to call Disney to see if there are any available promotions that they can change your reservation to. If you booked with a travel agent, contact your travel agent and ask that they do that. Oh, you haven't booked anything yet? Okay. Well, let me finish that thought real quick. So anybody who this does apply to, if you booked with a travel agent, contact them and ask that they check. I'm going to be straight up honest with you. If they haven't checked already on your behalf, you have a travel agent that is not working hard on your behalf. Robbie, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. Good travel agents, and I'm not trying to set myself apart from everybody else, but good travel agents will know about the promotions. They will know about their clients that have already booked. And when a promotion comes out, they will secure it on their client's behalf. And instead of having the client call me and say, hey, can you check on this promotion, see if we can get it? I'm calling you to say, hey, great news, I just saved you $800. Or great news, I just got you a $500 Disney dining card. Yeah, Robbie, there's different annual promotions for annual pass holders throughout the year. Not year long, but throughout the year, and they'll vary at different times. So, was it Kayla? I'm sorry, yeah, Kayla. So you have not booked yet. So you'll want to book really, really soon, Kayla, if you're looking at that first week of March. While Disney announces promotions and they're still, I'm going to air quote this, available, they limit the number of rooms at each of the resort for the promotion to qualify for. Partly because they have different promotions happening at the same time. You can only qualify for one. You can't get the Play, Stay, and Dine promotion and the Visa cardholder promotion. You can't stack them, for instance. So they limit the number of rooms per promotion so that depending upon if you're a Visa cardholder and want to qualify for that, you can get that, for instance. So the sooner the sooner you can look to book, the better, because once the allotment of rooms for a promotion are sold out, that's all there is. And again, I'm just going off of experience working with clients. Disney came out with a Disney Plus promotion that was running through the fall into early winter into December. And I had a client that they weren't a Disney Plus subscriber. I did all of the math for them to show how much does a Disney Plus subscription cost you for the 3 to 6 months between the time we booked the trip and the time they took the trip versus the savings. They hemmed and hawed for a while. And by the time they got back to me and said, okay, I'm a subscriber now, let's get the promotion. The regular rooms at the resort they were staying at, there were none available for the promotion. So they had to upgrade to a preferred room. They still saved money, but not as much had they done it right away. So it's always best to try to book early. And again, this now goes to any of the however many people that are listening. If you think you're going to go next October, for instance, just throw that out there. Book it now. It's $200 to reserve your trip. You don't have to pay another dime until 30 days before your check-in. Booking now will do two things in particular. One, it locks you into the current rates. So for argument's sake, if it's $220 per night at the resort you're staying in, and you booked and paid the $200, and next month Disney raises the rates for that resort, you don't pay the additional cost. You pay the same amount. So you're locked in and you're protected. The second then is, again, especially if you're working with a travel agent, I know your trip. I know when it is. I know whether it applies to promotions as they come out, and I can act on your behalf. You can cancel up to 30 days prior to the trip, and you're refunded any amount, including the $200. So you have some protection there as well. I'm not paying attention to comments, so if I missed anything.
You're good. JJ said her travel agent was so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so Tina, like I said, I had clients that actually I think they leave tomorrow to come home. the promotion that they ended up getting, by the time they decided they wanted to move forward with it, the standard rooms are all booked. So they were able to get a preferred room at the promotional rate. Disney's really good about keeping promotions running for several months on end and then starting new ones. I suspect here as we get into January, we're going to probably see promotions that will go through summertime. And I say this as I know JJ was just there. If you still have a trip booked for this month, the one promotion / incentive, whatever you want to call it, that Disney has going through the end of this year is the bounce back offer. And so we just left yesterday. I have until next Wednesday to take advantage of the bounce back offer. And what that essentially is booking a package in 2024. I said package, but booking a room stay, a minimum room stay, I will get up to 35% off the room rate. Essentially, they're rewarding you as a customer, client, traveler at Disney to book again in 2024. So I will be booking our fall trip in 2024 sometime, probably this weekend, to take advantage of that bounce back offer. Are you taking notes or doing something there? Are you working on your grocery list? What are you doing there?
I'm putting the winners of the giveaway into Discord.
Okay, very good.
And I have to do the giveaway for the 2 things. So
we'll do that here in a second. I had 2 last things that we can do. First, I want to kind of put a bow on that thing. Yes, JJ, I'm going to talk to you this weekend. This is my sales pitch, right? I would absolutely love to work with you. There's some folks who are on here who have worked with me, and hopefully they would attest to the ease of working with me. I will do as much as you want me to do. I will do as little as you want me to do. It is your trip and it's your money that you're spending, so I want to make it as beneficial to you as possible. In my bio is my email address. You can feel free to email me. There's also a quote form there. If you want to submit the quote form, I can get a quote back out to you. Janelle has my information in her Discord, so you can get to me. We try to do these every Thursday at 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. Occasionally we have to shift them around our schedules, but we try to do this weekly on Thursday nights to be able to provide this kind of information to all of you. Let's see here. How do you enter? Giveaway. You're asking about the giveaway. Okay. How do you find out about a bounce back offer? I just left Saturday. Didn't see anything. Anna, if you want me to help you out, I would be happy to do that. I'm not forcing you to do that, but if you left Saturday, you have until this coming Saturday to book another package with Disney. Again, you can work with the travel agent and we can get that set up for you, or you can call Disney directly. They will need the reservation number of your trip that you just left to confirm that you were just there and you qualify for the bounce back offer. And then you'll need to book a trip in 2024. Most dates in 24 are available. There are some blackout periods. I think Christmas to New Year's, for instance, is one of those blackout periods. Thanks, JJ. I appreciate that. I tell people this all the time. And so I'll just use JJ as the example since she just commented. And ask your travel agent. So you already have a book trip for January. I don't know whether call your agent and see if they can get that converted. The thought that just occurred to me. So I'll use me as the example real quick. And then I want to come back to JJ, what I was going to talk about, I think, if I remember. We just got back from our trip. Let's say I wanted to go 3 times next year. I can use the bounce back offer for all 3 trips. It's not a 1-for-1. So as many times as I want to book to go next year, I can take advantage of the bounce back offer as long as I book all of those trips within this week from the time I checked out of my resort to the time that I just came home, or that I checked out of the resort to a week after. I'll use JJ as the example. Let's say she's going to book a trip in June next year. and she goes out to Disney's website and prices it, and it's $2,500. She then calls me up and says, "Here are all the details. Here's what I want you to, what I want. What's the price?" I'm going to come back to her and say it's $2,500. And some people would say, "Well, why should I work with a travel agent if the price is the same? You didn't save me any money. Isn't that why I work with an agent?" Well, the fact of the matter is you are paying for a travel agent's services whether you book with an agent or not. Disney bundles in the price that a travel agent is paid through commissions in their package prices. So that $2,500 includes the services of a travel agent. If you book directly with Disney, you're not getting those services because you're doing all the booking, which means you're having to watch for promotions. You're having to call Disney. You're having to get up at 5 a.m. to make dining reservations. You're having to do Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, all those different things when you're actually paying for those services. So my last two things before we do your drawings.
Okay.
For those that are relatively new here, on Janelle's Discord, we have a number of different pages. One is a Janel and Mike travel talk page, and that's where you can send in your suggestions on topics that you would like us to cover. There is a page on there where we post our monthly newsletters. We've posted 2 so far. This is new for us. We post them at the end of the month, usually within the last 2-3 days of each month. So the December newsletter will be out just ahead of New Year's Eve. So look for that. And we love having you participate in this call with us, and love that you check out those newsletters. I have 2 more things. I have 2 show and tells.
Okay.
If you'll indulge me for a second. JJ, are you still here? Calling her out. JJ, are you there? Yes. Look what I have here, JJ. If you can't see that, that is a Get Goofy pin. Here.
He's going like this.
Yeah. So
Staying alive, staying alive.
some sweet, sweet lady on this live gave me that. And then I have one more quick show and tell, and then I have one more thing to share.
Okay.
Look at this guy.
Oh,
Isn't he awesome?
is that crocheted or did?
Yeah, it's crocheted, made together. He's mine.
You better better
He's
not kill
cute.
Briggs.
I know.
That's really cute.
Okay. Janelle and I are going to have some exciting news to share when we get into early January.
Yeah.
At least a couple things.
Yep.
So that is our.
Was I supposed to react to that?
No.
Stay tuned, everybody.
Yep. That is our teaser for the evening. A couple really cool, exciting things.
We're getting there. We're getting there to where we can tell you guys everything.
Well, I don't want to tell them everything because something.
Right. And yeah.
It's gonna be amazing.
Cliffhanger to be continued. That's right. It's going to be lots of fun, and hopefully we're going to get to meet lots of cool people and awesome followers by what we're doing. There's our little teaser.
Sounds like Janelle's going to go on a world tour.
Okay. I'm going to video because I'm not going to take this down, and I don't feel like doing all that. So I'm going to video what the wheel says. So first we're going to do the Bobble Bar keychain. I will show y'all the winner. We'll do the whole spin. This is the replay. It's Lala. All right, so Lala got the Bobble Bar,
I think what happened there was you hit the spin, it landed on my name, and you hit respin. And then
That's why. That is exactly why I'm recording it. All right, and then this, I don't have that. Liz donated that to the giveaway, so Liz has that, and she'll be mailing it out. And then Unicourse donated this Peter Pan limited edition Peter Pan pin, and it is so cool. And she was like, "You can keep it," and I was like, "No, no, no, we're gonna give it away." So that's gonna be this. And again, this is for all the old, as Mike would like to call you guys, this is for all the old subscribers or the old people, whichever way you want to look at it. But he's the one calling y'all old. I called you long time.
I think I'll append that we're antique subscribers.
The elders. Yes, Tasha. Okay, here's the second one. It's Dexter, Vicky. Vicky?
I think that's the reason why I'm not winning is the wheel spinning in the wrong direction.
Is it? Is that what it is? You like to be on the other side, not the counterclockwise side.
Well, I definitely like to be on the winning side.
Well, you were. You got to come and hang out with me.
Yes, absolutely. So, all right. So here's my plug.
Okay.
Janelle loves when I do this. Don't you? You know what I'm going to say, don't you?
I don't know. No, do I know?
I said it back in May. I'll say it again. If you ever open up a dictionary and look up the word sweetheart, there's a picture of Janelle. For as kind and fun-loving as she is on her lives, she's tenfold that in person. Well, of course she did, JJ. I know that.
Did she crochet this for you?
Yeah, no man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why does Lori seem like she's never seen that? And are you gonna tell us who gave it to you?
It's one of my Secret Santa gifts.
Oh,
I've never seen it. It's gorgeous and so soft.
and so they personally made that for you?
Yeah, there's no tag.
Oh my
I don't
goodness.
know how you can see it, but it's all crochet. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yes, it's absolutely, that is gorgeous.
It's like, look at that. It's a perfect accessory. My new favorite word.
I know I said it in Discord, today. Everybody deserves a friend that will hold your bags, but everybody just deserves friends like Mike and Lori and JJ and Brooke. Everybody deserves that. So
I agree. Like, Janelle.
She agrees that everybody should have a friend that will suggest a zoo for them to come and visit.
Hey, it's the only thing we have in Nebraska, okay? It's the only thing we got going for us, except for us.
We're going to get banned from Nebraska if you keep this up. Lord.
They're not going to come to see the Platte River.
What? Just stop.
Okay.
Just stop here.
Oh, the
How are we going to convince Janelle to come visit us when you keep downplaying everything?
Oh, now we have a river. Yay!
Right. Well, you have to go somewhere. Go to the bathroom somewhere, don't you? We don't have indoor plumbing. We picked the zoo instead. But no, seriously, Janelle is the kindest. You almost packed Lori to take her home with you. Hell, I would have helped you pack. Just kidding. JJ wanted to take you home with her.
Oh, yeah, she did say that.
That's because she didn't want to get lost and left behind again. Janie, your son needs a talking to. But no, seriously, Janelle is a sweetheart. She's tenfold in person, more so than what we see here.
We're very lucky to know her.
Absolutely. More than she's lucky to know us, or me anyway.
That's not true.
No, we've been very fortunate. It's been like a year and almost a little over a year and a month since I met Janelle on her lives at Phantasmic or outside of Phantasmic, and been very, very fortunate. Get to do this sort of thing and newsletters with her and some exciting stuff as we get into January.
Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky, and I've said it before, and I know you keep me on track with dates and everything, but I do. I feel like I've known you, all of y'all, really. You know, when I meet you, I feel like I've known you for much, much longer, and I know it's because we have this, and you guys have been around, but like. You guys are just so amazing that I just feel like I just have known everybody for so long. So it's, time doesn't even count here. Like I just feel Megan knows too. I mean, when we just came on, knowing each other for a year, same with you, Mike, like I just was like, this can't be, it's been longer, so but
Yep. Although if we keep making Tim come out and talk, he might
I know.
he might start to.
And he probably really wants to go to bed. So he's probably like. So.
Right. So again, on Discord, we have a Janelle and Mike travel talk page. If you have suggestions for next week's conversation, we'd love to be able to answer your questions. Again, you can get to me through Janelle's Discord or through my bio. Would love to work with you or answer questions. At the end of the day, for me, it's about making sure that you have the best experience when you go to Disney, whether you're booking it with me or not. Of course, I'd like for you to book with me, but I'm always happy to help you. And with that, I got to start catching up on sleep.
Yeah. Mike and Lori need to go to bed. So it is not going to be a midnight party road trip. We're going to bed.
No, we did that all week.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, hopefully we were able to get to everybody. And like I said, if you didn't, Discord is pretty easy to navigate. And again, I'll say it. If not, Instagram, message me, email Mike. All of the information is out there to contact us. And we'd love to answer any questions that you might have on anything Disney or Universal related. Mike will take all other questions. Send that to him.
And Janelle's the brains in this operation, so I think she typically reposts these.
Yeah. So my plan is I have a spot in Sundays. I'm going to start trying to make them Sundays at 9 a.m. on YouTube. If you want to replay or get any of the information, this exact as it is, TikTok will go on to YouTube at 9 a.m. on Sunday mornings. So we'll just make it easy. Sundays will be the replay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yep. Awesome.
Yes, great to have a replay, right, Megan? Yes. So we have to remember what we talk about too. And that we don't want to wear the same outfits either. So not saying me and you, Mike, but we don't want to,
I thought about that earlier today. It's like we got to get that sponsorship going.
We do. All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you for being here. If you've given us all the likes, if you've shared this live, if you have decided to follow us, thank you. Appreciate it. And we love being here probably more than you guys love listening to us. So we appreciate all the kind words for sure. So
always a pleasure to be hanging out with you, Janelle.
Absolutely. Bye, everybody.
Okay. Have a good night. Have a great weekend, everyone.
All right. Bye.
Smile. Bye, guys.
Bye.